Okay, I'm here. I'm here. We're gonna play the best game ever, and also we're gonna play our Berserkers. Good. My laundry's still going, unfortunately, so you're gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna start Berserkers grinding. I'm pretty confident they just will be fine. I'm pretty sure we can just run up and down this hallway, which should make this fairly painless for me. Oh good, I don't have to figure Chrono Trigger. God damn it, Chrono Trigger's the best game ever. Dave's wrong. Okay, this is a Dave's wrong stream. Just like we made fun of Holy Avatar that one time. We're gonna make fun of Dave this time. Oh, Wes. Chrono Cross when? Never. Maybe one day, but not today. Whoa, damn. Tawny Reed with the $4.99 immediately. Big Sauce, what's going on today? How you been? I've been pretty good. We're gonna play a good game today. We're gonna play good games today, so it's gonna be good. So thanks for that. $5. It's a nice way to start a stream for sure, and nice way to start Chrono Trigger, a game that we all enjoy. At least I enjoy it. Certain people don't enjoy it, even though it's the best shit ever. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to play and wait because I'm paying attention. Always name him Chrono, because that's his name. We're not going to do speed up or slow down. We're just going to play Chrono Trigger casually and enjoy it, because God knows it's going to take us a million years to get these Thornlets. No matter what you do in the background, nothing will top sync unclogging. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I laughed at that pretty hard because it was like we were playing like what? We were fighting like a Tigrex in Monster Hunter. What was that confusing ass book game you were playing the other night? Book game. I'm trying to think. Was it Slay the Spire, the card game? Slay the Spire. I played. What have I played recently? I played Slay the Spire. I've played... what else? Did we play anything else? I think it was probably Slay the Spire. I thought about playing Papers, Please while we did this. But all we've played is Darkest Dungeon, Final Fantasy V, and Slay the Spire recently. I think that's it. Unless I'm missing something. It's fine, some people just have poor taste, what can you do? No, Dave, not today. Okay, today's a good day. Today's a good day. We're not gonna have a bad time. We're gonna have a good time. Lusa? I think it's Luca. Run along now, I'll be back before dinner. But Mom, you forgot to give me my allowance. This is gonna be kind of awkward because I gotta run around. Yep, here's your allowance. Have fun at the fair. So if you talk to your mummy, you get your 200 G's, just like in real life. Exactly like real life. I think Tawny means Drakengard and it's book menu. Here's a month or so ago. Oh, it's probably near. Yeah, that would have been near. Buy something from Melchior the Sword Smith. From She walked right around me, just waiting for it. Come on, do it, lady. Ugh. It wasn't a card game, it was a game with magic books and you fought them. Yeah, okay, that was definitely near. That was definitely near. You have to talk to... You gotta talk to... I call her Marley. I know her name is probably Marl, or whatever the hell it is. You gotta talk to her first. And then you gotta give her the pendant. You have to give it back to her immediately. Yes. Like a true gentleman. What a nice name. I'm so pleased to meet you. What a good girl. And then this girl loses her cat. Where's my cat? And you look at this, you go, no time to talk, I'm just sitting down for my lunch. Don't eat the guy's lunch, okay? Where'd the cat go? Where's the cat? Is it because ZSNES isn't cycle accurate? Is that why? Is that why this is happening? I see you're one of Dave's people. Yeah, Dave, whatever. It's like, listen, it's fine to not like Chrono Trigger, I'm just busting Dave's balls. Like I'm 100% just busting Dave's balls. Why do I even need silver points again? Do I need to get silver points? I can't remember. Whatever, fighting Gatto's fine. Find your own cat. Lunch status, unmunch. We're not gonna eat the lunch. That's his lunch. He made that lunch for himself. That's not our lunch to take. Imagine getting sentenced to death because you asked your mom for your allowance. Chrono is an irredeemable villain. Eating some guy's lunch. Are you beating the beginner's trap? Maybe. I'm trying to get my Thornlets, because they'll never learn. 10 EXP and 1 tech points. I lost it. You won. 15 silver points. It wasn't that fun. Yeah. Nier might be the most confusing and weird game I've ever seen. I actually enjoyed Nier quite a bit. I was surprised. I thought I was gonna hate it, because last time when I played it when it first launched, like it first came out, I thought it was pretty trash, honestly. I didn't get it, and then I played again, and I enjoyed it. So it's always nice when you can go back and give a game another chance. And be surprised by it. Damn, is Chrono dead? Chrono is fucking dead. God damn. I don't even know if we're getting steals off. I wonder if I should just head back to the desert. I'm wondering if it's just better to just grind levels. I think, come hell or high water, after we beat Neo X Death, or after we beat Chrono Trigger, we're probably gonna beat Neo X Death. Volstead is busted as hell. Is she gonna get a steal off? Do I actually have to go to an inn? Yeah, this must be some garbage. I have to like kill time or whatever. I think I just have to do a bunch of random shit. And you talk to like this guy or something. Yeah. There we go. Is Chrono still dead? He's 1 HP. Actually, I can go... No. I'd better use the inn. Because if I don't use the inn, I'll be in a problem spot. Pretty sure there's an inn here, right? Sure some. Well, it is kind of funny how you have to use the inn. You have to use the inn instead of just go to Chrono's house. It was entertaining to watch. I was confused the whole time. It is definitely not the most easy to follow game. There's a lot of backstory to Nier that's hard to follow. Not necessarily hard to follow, but you're not gonna know at your first playthrough. So blind, it's kind of just like, what the hell is going on? But basically, it's the story of a guy who wants to keep his daughter safe. His daughter. His only daughter. I hate fairs. I don't know. Good steal. So you're supposed to just wait here. Like, you just wait. You keep trying to leave, and she's like, I'm not done yet. Remember live chat? Yeah, I'm in live chat, don't worry. He's gonna put his damn name on his lunch. Tell you what, I'm playing the new Pokemon game that my buddy wants me to review, and I'd sure as fuck rather play Chrono Trigger. Goddamn, that bad, huh? I don't know. I feel like Pokemon has potential to be good, but it's so dumbed down that it is like not exciting at all. Tabin. So, if you're not in the know, you can run up here like right away and fight fight Lavos, like, right away. But obviously that's a good way to get your ass kicked. Your booty blasted, if you will. Come on, Ferris, you can do it! You can do it. Give me that Thornlet. God damn it, Carrot. Find your own cat. His loss. Oh. That's great. How's the audio levels, by the way? Is the audio too loud? It should be fine. So you can come up here. I think it's like right now. You basically use the right telepod and it takes you immediately to Lavos. So if you're like really high level, you can basically... I think you can do the game as solo Chrono and Marl. Or just solo Chrono. And you can just beat Lavos like right away. But doing it like as early as possible is not like the... There's like cutoffs for when endings happen. So if you beat Lavos at various times, you get different endings. But the cutoff for like this is like the cheat ending or like the developer ending, where it takes you to like the dev room. And the cutoff is actually pretty long. I think it's like all the way up to like the Ocean Palace. So you have a really long time to get that ending. Get that ass blasted. Used to really be into Pokemon, but after Sun and Moon I gave up. They clearly don't care anymore because they know people are going to buy it anyways. I think that is true to a degree. That, like, I think it's true of, like, most Nintendo IPs at this point, honestly. I know... Well, is Game Freak owned by Nintendo now? I can't remember. But I know, like, Zelda. Like, people are going to buy Zelda just because it's Zelda, you know? People are going to buy the new Mario games just because they're Mario games. And it's the same thing with, like, Color Splash and Sticker Star and shit. They're just gonna buy it just because that's how it is. And, I don't know. I think it's kind of shitty. It's kind of crappy, especially if you're a fan, right? It's not even dumbed down, so to speak. Now that I'm getting into it, I see so much of the game as killer to be, or be killed first. If you're not a high enough level, there's nothing you can do. Oh, it's like, yeah, well, I mean, Pokemon's always kind of been that type weakness garbage, where it's like, you kill them in one shot, and then if you're weak to them, you get killed in one shot, which is always kind of lame, but I don't know. They'd be all up in your cheeks that early in the game. It's not too bad to grinding, that's thank God, but it still does require grinding here and there, and I say no game should really require grinding. Clever party setup should get you through. Oh, like in Final Fantasy V, where we're using the most clever party setup of all Berserkers. The worst one. Does it bother anyone else that the main characters have lowercase letters, but everyone else is all caps? For what? Oh, in Final Fantasy V? No, wait, what? What are you talking about? Chronos is in lowercase and small. Tabin's in small. It bothers me too. Or are you talking about Pokemon? Because I'm like, everything here is like the same. Like, everything is like correct. God. I just like, even just like the leaves and shit look so good in this game. Oh, imps! Will they be close enough for me to use my move, Cyclone? Do I even have Cyclone yet? Oh, they're kicking me. These imps are kicking me. It bothers me too. Everyone's like, it bothers me, it bothers me, it bothers me. Tabin and Luca, for example. I don't think Tabin was in all caps, was it? Am I just fucking blind? Am I blind to my nostalgia? We should learn whatever pretty quick. Sorry, I'm using two hands. Two controllers on two hands, so we're gonna walk around a bunch. What are these? Oh, I don't have to fight the eaglets or whatever. Egret. The 5 seems like a really good example of how RPG should be. I'd like to get around to it sometime. You could also not. You could play the RPGs you enjoy. Like whatever. Skies of Arcadia. Lunar. We got Cyclone. It's hard to see. It's actually really... This is like way harder than I expected to play on 2. Usually give that to the frog, but... Hey boys, what are you doing over here? See, Dave, you can use the text, okay? You don't have to not use the text. You can use your tech abilities and it's fun. You don't have to auto-attack everything. I'm not crying. I'm just playing the greatest game ever. Dude, it's all different. We're in the past. And the true sin is all different too. Like, oh man, it's so different. Skies of Arcadia is okay. Everybody remember the second half dropping pretty hard? I heard my name, did you? Did we say it? I actually don't usually use ins, but... We started the stream. Market. I should buy some items probably. No window shoppers. Well, I would like some items, please. Karate gi for karate boys, such as myself. Still, if you haven't played Skies of Arcadia, I highly recommend it. It's pretty good. Also, are we comparing Pokemon to things? Yes, but not certain things. Certain things are off the limits. I use that sweet, sweet crit Chrono. Yeah, just get Chrono. Well, I mean, once you get the, like, once you get the Rainbow, it's like 70% crit rate. It's like, yeah, that's pretty fucking sick. Sick, dude. I only brought up how Pokemon sucks. So is the new one's on the Switch, right? It must be. It's the only Nintendo console there is. Like, I am actually genuinely curious. Like, Pokemon could actually make a really interesting action game, you know? If you actually controlled the Pokemon in battle. You had to, like, fight another guy. You had to, like, fight a guy. In, like, an action battle. Like, that would be pretty fucking cool. But they're stuck with this, like, turn-based combat that's not very interesting. I mean, you could make Pokemon like a party-based RPG. Like, you could make it just like Final Fantasy, where you have like a team of 3 Pokemon. But for whatever reason, they're stuck with this like one-on-one. Like, honestly, I don't think it's fundamentally changed since Red or Blue. And I know someone's gonna come in and tell me that I'm wrong and it's so different. But from my perspective, it hasn't changed at all. Pokemon Shield on Switch. At least my boy Oddish is in this early. I rushed to get Vileplume and I'm enjoying seeing that big-ass flower walk around. You want a Magus's Troopers, son? Beat it, Shrimp. Hey, I'm gonna save this fucking universe. And you can't stop me. That's your manners? Mind your manners. Gigger. They're giggering. The mechanics, it's certainly changed. My dear wife, the queen. She seems to have lost her coral pin. They really need to make a crazy good Pokemon. I mean, there's so much potential. There is, like, so much potential for a good Pokemon RPG. And they keep, in my opinion, they just keep squandering it. I went the wrong way. It's to the right, not the left. Chancellor's a decent man while he goes to the cathedral every day. There is so much shit in this game that is, like, very subtle. So much shit in this game is so subtle. It's like, Chancellor's gone crazy. He goes to the cathedral every day. And you find out that he's goddamn Yakra. Oh, it's so good. It's so well written. Instead of running the same, yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, it's just easy. It's easy to run the same game every time. There are 2v2 battles, but they're so rare. 1v1 is the norm for sure, but it's really dumb and boring. The Fire Gym had unique rules that was really interesting. But the game needs more than that. What were the unique rules of the fire gym? I could have just got this on the way back. Yeah, what were the unique rules of the fire gym? This is intriguing to me. The Queen awaits. Thanks for blocking my path. Literally the blocks your path meme. She still looks so useful. She looks even younger now than on her wedding day. Wow. You saved our crane? You don't look that tough. Well, I'll show you, lady. What do you know about being a hero? Huh? Please leave us. I need to talk to this individual. Yeah, just let's talk in the Queen's bedroom alone. Nothing bad ever happened that way. The Pokemon games are really just remasters for the most part. I mean, most of the Pokemon games are so similar, you're basically just saying, okay, I'm gonna play the same shit over again. Fooled you, didn't I? She tricked everybody. It's me! Kiss me, kiss me. Chrono Trigger, best game of all time, 11 out of 5 stars. Yes. Unironically, yes. I love this game. I love this little guy like you wouldn't believe. It's just a great game. And my hope is that we'll beat it and then be able to go kill Neo X-Staff. She got getting sucked out of the time loop because Lean didn't get rescued. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. In this one's Fire Gym, you fight wild Pokemon while another trainer's Pokemon attacks you on the side. The wild Pokemon is your target, but you can take out the trainer first to make it easier. I mean, that does sound kind of unique, but at the same time, it's like, okay. Yeah, none of you guys go in there ever. Don't ever go back into that bedroom. Where's the Queen? She's sleeping. Don't go in there. You find the girl. I did, but she disappeared. It's just as I thought. A smart girl. Killing wild Pokemon gets you 1 point, and catching it gets you 2 points. First to 5 points before the other trainers, and you win. Also, the other trainers can steal your kill. Damn. You got KSing in Pokemon now? Come on, Ferris. Get that kill, man. Do I unironically have to unequip their weapons? Come on, Ferris. Someone's supposed to have saved her, but history has changed. So, okay, this is like 400 years. So there probably should be... there should probably be a few more descendants in there. But they only showed 4. I'm thinking like 400 years is probably like 8 generations. More, maybe? Maybe 8 to 10 generations. Let's see, if they made an online MMORPG that would be godly, they could really change the game up. Pokemon would actually probably benefit from being an MMO, honestly. The problem is, for most of the Pokemon games, it's like not... there's just like not enough content there. Like, people like new islands and shit to explore, and like... it's kind of fundamental to the series to have... Like it's very... fundamental to the Pokemon series to have hard resets like every time, because if you don't have hard resets, you're just like your team's OP. They're OP, and then there's like nothing left. So what you do is you hard reset every game, and you start from level 1 again, and that works really well for Pokemon because that's all people want to do. Chrono's level up. Personal advice is buy a boatload of quick balls if you can, and just toss them at the time for a lucky catch. That's hilarious. Just, are you suggesting you ignore the game mechanics? But there was mechanics. That's all I wanted from Darkest Dungeon was some goddamn game mechanics. Some boss mechanics. So it was weird and neat, but that was a grand total of 3 fights out of the whole game. The game is so complacent to keep it basic as hell. I think that's just the problem with Pokemon in general, is very complacent. And You know, we should talk Final Fantasy a lot, but at least they've tried to change it up over the years. You know, things stay the same, but like, you know, they'll try something out, and then it'll either pass or fail, and then they'll make a new system for the next one. Like the PlayStation era was very, very experimental at the end of the day. You know, you had Materia, then you had Junction, and then you had FF9 system where characters learn abilities by equipping gear, and that was all very, very different. And I think they all worked, and it's refreshing, right? It makes it feel nice and different. I don't know how to describe it. Like, if all the Final Fantasies were like exactly the same, like really basic. I can't buy it. You can't buy it. Can I sell him? I have bronze man. I actually don't need that ether. What I'm gonna do is buy a revive just in case. Tonics. Karate Gi, Hide Cat, Bronze Helm. They have like 2 bronze helms. I'm good. It just, like, it's nice. It's nice when there's differences, right? Like, it's nice when games are different, even if they're kind of the same. Like, even, like, DMC, like, games like DMC where, you know, it's just an action game. There's still enough different about it that it's, like, interesting and entertaining. So, let me talk here. What's this? This is Lean's Coral Hairpin. That's Guardia's Royal Quest? The Quest? The Quistles? They took tips from Classic WoW and other successful MMOs. They could create a grinding and leveling system. Yeah, I mean, you could. Generally speaking, I think grinding's not very good, but I think, like, Pokemon would really benefit from, like, a sandbox-style MMO. Where you kind of just, like, had your you had your Pokemon. She has literally no abilities. You just, like, had your Pokemon and you did... Oh, she's got the sight scope, whatever. You just had your Pokemon and you, like, you could go to new regions and find different Pokemon and train them up and stuff, and then you could just battle other people and have it be more of, like, a social thing and have events and, like, mini tournaments in game and stuff. Like, that would be very beneficial to the series, I think. But instead, you've got these, like, spreadsheet-style battles that are just really bland and not entertaining at all, in my opinion. And I guess in Dave's opinion, too. Because Dave doesn't seem like he's enjoying it very much, which is pretty hilarious. Item grinding and quests, yeah. You need some incentive. You need to incentivize it for players, for sure. And I think having, like, kind of like a sandboxy style game where people can run around and battle each other is probably all you really need. And, you know, have some, like, random encounters and wild encounters. But Pokemon would be a very good MMO. And I think it would be a very successful MMO for a lot of people. Flame Whirl. So the FF games might be weak to many people, myself included, but I respect them for changing things up. Yeah, it's just important to just keep experimenting. You can't just be stagnant. Like, Pokemon's been stagnant for a long time. Like, it's been stagnant basically since, like, Gold and Silver. A frog? Dude, Frog is the best character. Don't even at me. He's got a great arc, too. He forgives Magus. He forgives the guy who turned him into a literal frog. I think there needs to be a system where you choose how you go through a region instead of making it linear. Yeah, I mean, making it more, like, open-ended adventure would be good. There was stuff like that in Pokemon Red and Blue. Where you had, like, set progression stuff you had to do, but by doing things, you opened up different routes. So you didn't have to necessarily go exactly the same way every time. You could kind of switch things up. Oh, he's got a power up both. You don't need the sight scope, so the bandana's probably better. She's fine. Okay, play this, right? Like, she don't have any sound on, so I'm pretty sure she's like, whatever. Huh. We opened a door. think there needs to be a system where you choose who you go, yeah, spreadsheet style is pretty much it, yeah. I mean, that's what sucks, it's just boring, right? Like, Pokemon is so... Like, I know Dave, like, made fun of Chrono Trigger for being, like, mash A to win, which is true to a degree. But Pokemon is literally, like, the same way. You just spam your strongest attacks, and you get type weaknesses. Like, that's the game. And that's quite literally all there is to the game. It's quite literally just, okay, I'm gonna bring my water Pokemon into the fire gym and kill everything, like, in one hit. Like, that's how it's been for a very long time. What is your least favorite thing about Chrono Trigger if you had to choose? It has a sequel. That's pretty much on point. Ones usually weren't so bad. Like, these guys are eating people. I'll look on Magus' statue before my ship. So if you follow this guy, you find the secret Magus statue. So he shows you a little secret. 100G. I'd ask you to come, I'm sure Yak would be just pleased. Yes. So this is a trick. This is a trick. I can't keep my Zerkers grinding though. So if we go this way. Oh, dearest Magus. Magoose. Arguably since Gold and Silver or Ruby Emerald, with every entry, they've added less and less changes or improvements. Oh god. They're attacking us. That flamed off. Slurp. Give him the slurp. Give him the slurp. How can you slurp? You can run the game with just stars, that's how I up the difficulty. I mean, I don't think it even really ups the difficulty. I basically... Every time I've played Pokemon, it's basically been, my starter just crushes, like, most of the game. Except, like, the one dungeon that he's weak to. Or not dungeon. Except the one, except for, like, the one gym he's, like, weak to, and then it's fine. Like, you get somebody else. But quite literally, for most of the game, it's me going, yeah, here's my Totodile or whatever, and he's fucking crushing it for me. Or my Blastoise, my Squirtle. I don't know, I probably should have grinded here earlier. I probably should have grinded here first. Like, before all this other shit. Because, like, I'm killing shit too fast. Which is potentially a problem. Just remember, I never actually beat Shield. I stopped right before the champion battle because other games came out. That's hilarious. I probably would have pushed to finish it myself. Enjoy yourselves first. Oh my god. They were monsters the whole time. They're Ganashers. You almost have to grind to keep a balanced team, or you'll always be underleveled, but not like it matters if you just keep hitting weaknesses. Yeah, I feel like that's the case. Like, so the thing about Pokemon specifically is, like, you get a lot more EXP from trainer battles than from fighting wild Pokemon. So it's, like, way more lucrative to fight the trainers. But there's only a limited number of trainers, at least in the first few games. So you got way better EXP from those battles, but by the same ticket, you can't actually do that many of them, so you're gonna have to fight wild Pokemon. And if you fight wild Pokemon, it takes like a literal eternity to level up, so there's not really... Just fight everything. It takes like a literal eternity to level up, so usually what happens is you get like one guy who's like super powered, and all the rest of your team lags behind. And the game's kind of balanced around that. I had a hard time with 5, ironically my favorite, because I made a bug grass poison team and most of the encounters were strong against it. Yeah, well, from my understanding, bug type just kind of sucks ass in Pokemon, from everything I've seen. It just, like, isn't strong versus anything, and it's, like, pretty weak. Maiden Suit, Tonic, Ether. All these karate gis were a waste of money. All my karate gis. Hey guys, I think you're actually guys. You're human? And power tab. This is where Dave gets mad. He's like, oh, I gave all my power tabs to Chrono, and then he's gone. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we got the treasure from that place. A steel saber for me. We give the power tabs to Chrono because even though we lose him, he's still the best character. You don't play the game, then Lavos never crashes on the planet. That's true, I guess. But that's like that's some mental gymnastics right there. It like I don't know how else to say it. It just is. It's like it's totally mental gymnastics. It's like, oh, well, I don't want to kill this character in this game that's scripted, so I'm just gonna turn the game off, and that way he never dies. Like, no, that's not how it works. They kind of fix that in Black and White with Rustling Grass, but makes it a chore having to run up and down the grass. Then you do go for it, you get a regular random encounter. Bug poison type is cool and all, but you get wrecked by just about everywhere. Yeah, I think bug counter is psychic and fighting, but do you have ghost and dark D's as well? Yeah, I mean fighting is just like destroyed by ghost type. It just like can't hit you. I mean it's like I don't. Listen, like, I'm being, like, critical of a game for literal children. Like, I know most games are for kids. Or for, like, you know, not to be taken super seriously, but... Talking about Pokemon, it is, like, for literal children. It is not deep. And everyone who takes it super seriously, I just don't understand. Like, you could put your efforts into learning a game, like, into games that have more depth and that reward your knowledge more. That's my opinion on that. Slurp cut next strike. Nice, dude. Dude, nice. Maybe one day we'll get a Thornlet. Dude, we're gonna hit all 4 of them. It's so sick, dude. It's sick. Look at this shit. So much combo. So much damage for all my MP. I actually like that the game kills off Chrono. I wasn't expecting that. It was, I mean, it's a pretty big, like, oh shit moment. Because it's like, damn, dude. This is the main character. And then he's just gone. I mean, it kind of is a nice way to, it's a kind of nice way to, like, give you your team options. Like, you don't have to get Chrono back. Obviously, it's a pretty significant moment in the game. And then, from there on out, you can choose whatever team you want. And you can get him back, so. It's a nice way of doing that. Final Fantasy VI does something kind of similar where they don't... Oh wait, I'm not standing up. Final Fantasy VI does something kind of similar where they're like... Well, in Final Fantasy VI, they're kind of like isn't like a main character. It's like an ensemble cast. So... it's like an ensemble cast, so like, there's not necessarily a main character for a lot of Final Fantasy VI. So you just can kind of use whatever teams you want, but it's structured differently. Like they give you Chrono for like most of the game because he's kind of like the linchpin, even though he's not actually that important to the story. Most of the other characters get a lot more development than Chrono. Chrono is probably like the least developed character actually. Which is kind of ironic, because he's the main character. But he's also, like, silent protagonist, self-insert-y, so... But... It's, I think it's still a good moment. It's a memorable moment, for sure. Burns the witch, suffer not the mutant. Wait, what? Fire purges the heretics. Oh, respawn the enemies. Just fight them again. Soul Maiden's Kiss. Dude, that was almost a Thornlet. If I hadn't been looking, that might have been a Thornlet. Stop buying Pokemon games after Black 2. Sounds like I picked a hell of a time to stop, minus a little Pokemon Go here and there. I've just like never... I haven't bought a Pokemon game since... Well, I guess it's not true. I bought Soul Silver, I think. And I thought it was fine, but it was basically like the same shit I played, so it was like... I played Gold, or sorry, I played Blue. Me and my brother had Blue and Red. My brother had Red, I had Blue. My Blue's gone, but I still have my brother's Red. And then we had Gold, and then he got Gold, and I never got the other one, I just didn't care. So... He had Gold, and I had Blue. And then after that, I didn't touch Pokemon... ever. Until, like, the DS came out, and Soul Silver came out, and I was like, yeah, I'll get Soul Silver. Sure. See what all the hubbub's about. And it was pretty much exactly like every other game I played, and I played it quite a bit, actually. Like, I got my full team, I fought Ash or whatever, Ash Ketchum. And I got a Lugia and all that garbage, and it was fine, but like, it's just like, it's so vapid and transient, and then the same shit happens next game. Like, everything is the same in Pokemon. There's like no difference. There's like no story either. So I don't know. I just think it's kind of one of those series that it's definitely coasting. Like, Pokemon is definitely coasting on its previous hype. And it's I was hitting the wrong buttons. I got confused for a second. Like, Pokemon is 100% coasting on its name and its hype. And people will just keep buying it, I guess. I mean, they can do what they want, but I have had no interest in Pokemon for the longest time. And I'm surprised there haven't been more copycats and stuff for Pokemon, honestly. Because it seems like ripe for competition. Pokemon, if someone came out with like a really good Pokemon clone that was like better than Pokemon, you know, might actually make Game Freak step up their fucking game. You know? I haven't bought one in a very long time and I don't regret it. It's kind of the same way, like, I don't know, I just don't care. Literally don't care. You can't make me care. Also, I hate the hype around Smash when it's mostly the same control scheme for every character. Well, Smash is another bag of worms where it's pretty much the same shit, where the games are effectively the same game, and it's always been the same game. And I don't know, I think the worst thing about Smash is more like the hype. It's like the hype train of like, oh, this character's getting announced, or this character's getting announced. And it's like, who gives a shit, right? Like it literally does not matter. It's like, oh, got Banjo and Smash. Like, great, who fucking cares? Literally nobody cares. I'm just gonna keep saving because it's my prerogative in this game. In video games, I just save. It's what I do. It's how I've always been. I find it funny how Pokemon games go up in price while they're out, except the Japanese versions that got Diamond for 20 bucks. Well, I don't know. People just get themselves hyped up over like nothing. Like, scalping is actually terrible. It's for a lot of games. We've talked about it a lot. Especially with stuff like Rule of Rose, where the only way to play it is to get a legit copy or emulate, and people scalp them. There's another game that was getting scalped earlier. Well, it's not a game. Like, for me, my brother was trying to find Transformers toys for his son, my nephew, and people on eBay just scalp the shit out of them because they consider them collectible, even though they're literal toys for children. They're considered collectible because of some fucking mentality. So they'll get a toy that a kid really wants, but they'll sell it for like 60 bucks, and it's like, you're a fucking scumbag, dude. of Smash 64 and Melee, but after that it's kind of more of the same. However, at least Smash sticks to one entry per console. Pokemon is like, there's tons of them. There's a lot, for sure. What do we got here? Iron Sword. I think that's for Frog, right? They actually tried to have a story in black and white. It wasn't anything mind-blowing, but at least they tried. I think it's important to at least try, right? Like, because at the very least, you're attempting to have a story that's interesting rather than like retreading the same ground. It's like, oh, you're a new Pokemon trainer, and here's your starter, and you want to go become the champion, I guess. Go be the champion. Heard Temtem was supposed to be a good Pokemon clone on Steam, but I know nothing of it. Yeah, me too. I've heard the same thing, but I've heard mixed things about it. But like, if they actually made a really good game that was similar to Pokemon and gave Pokemon some competition, I might actually expect them to step up their game. But by the same ticket, it's also Nintendo. And I wouldn't expect them to bother stepping up the game because they don't have to. Because people are just gonna buy their shit anyways. Damn, it's already been 40 minutes. This is actually taking quite a while. I mean, I'm fighting shit just because, but I just want the cash more than anything. And the levels help, but, you know, just whatever. Thank you, Samsung. Play the song. Paper Mario, the 1,000 Year Door is over 100 now. Just say, yikes, yeah, I know. Because Slip was playing it. And Dave looked it up, I think. And it's just like, oh shit, it's expensive. Like, scalping sucks. Like, I get it. There's like, it is technically like a limited availability thing. Like, you can't just go and buy a copy of Paper Mario. You can't just like buy a new copy for like 60 bucks. You have to like buy it off of someone who wants to get rid of it, which makes it inherently harder to get. But it just sucks, man. Like, it's fucking awful. Like, I really think companies need to start like making their entire libraries available digitally. And it's going to become less and less of an issue as time goes on. It's like, you know, like, so much shit is just like, it's got a double release. They'll do a digital version and they'll do a physical release. But yeah, it still sucks when there's physical-only games. Like, literal physically-only games. So that's shit like Little Samson and Rule of Rose and a bunch of other ones that are only available physically. So if you want to play it, you gotta find a physical copy. For a while, I unironically thought about opening like a video rental store, but then I quickly squashed that plan. I do think it would be kind of fun to operate a store, but then I also would probably hate it, so... It doesn't help that I'm like literally. I need the sound cue. There we go. I'm playing with my sound off because it's loud. Otherwise, do I have a shelter actually? I do. That's getting used entirely for my MP. Entirely for the MP. By the way, if you see a Thornlet drop in the thing, let me know. Prepare thyself. Oh, it's yourself, my bad. Frog! Like, who just calls him Frog? Like, everyone knows his name is Glenn. No, Frog it is. Pokemon Shield doesn't even seem like it has a story at all. It's pretty odd. It's fine. But it's pretty unmotivating to go through. Margarita in hand. Damn, Bob. I had a couple drinks last night on my mom's birthday. It's like fucking gin and tonic and some wine. I was like, oof. I'm bad at drinking. If you don't do it often, you're not good at it. It's pretty funny. At least Team Rocket were criminals. I think the teams in Ruby Sapphire are trying to bring about the apocalypse. This team, Team Yell, is just super fans of this one trainer. What, really? That does sound pretty dumb. I always thought Yakra's horns were his eyes. And I can never unsee it. Drew. Okay, we're doing alright. We're doing alright. It's gonna counterattack me again. He gets like the too far to counterattack thing or whatever. Shield story is very boring, and they went with their they went ham on their waifu design. Fucking waifu. Waifu. Waifus, man. Always, man. Always ruining everything. Oh, too close to counterattack. Okay. Flame tossing. This waifus, man. This is the reason we can't have nice things, because everyone's just like, it's got wives in it. It's the most important bit. Sword Shield's basically Game Freak telling everyone we don't care, buy our game. Like even the Pokemon designs are getting lazier, you know what I mean? Like I know everyone likes to bring up the ice cream cone and stuff, but it's like I feel like just like even like the starters are getting less and less interesting. And I mean, how many Pokemon are there? There's like probably thousands of them at this point. So I'm not surprised at all, but by the same ticket, it's just like, I think Pokemon's long overdue for an overhaul. Like, something's gotta change. You gotta have something. You gotta give something back. Figure it out. I understand the Pokemon is a powerhouse and has been hugely successful. You said Pokemon's powerhouse has been hugely successful over the years, but it's time to sweep all the fame right out from under Pokemon. A decent clone, like they need to reevaluate Pokemon. They really do. But if the fans are happy with, you know, consuming the same game, you know, once a year, I mean, who am I to tell them no? But I think that if they wanted to actually make, like, if they actually gave a shit. Like, if they actually cared, they would reevaluate and try to make a new game that was different. But the problem is, if you make something different, I'm like positive there would be very negative reception to it. I'm positive if you did these big sweeping changes to Pokemon, there'd be a very large section of the fan base that was just mad that it wasn't the same bullshit spreadsheet battles. And like 35-year-old guys going to fight in children's tournaments, you know, like... that kind of shit. I liked Mario RPG better than Paper Mario. I haven't actually played a lot of Paper Mario, but I am quite partial to Super Mario RPG. It's another great game. I probably would play it, actually. It would be another good one to play on stream while I do this, but... yeah, we gotta... yeah, what did he say? We gotta... no, is it later? It's probably when we leave. We gotta develop a criminal justice system. You get teleported back, easy peasy. The ice cream is one of my favorites. Well, you know, it's just like, listen, it's just like an uninspired design because like the original Pokemon were all like based on like actual things. Like, you know, you had like a turtle, and it's like, okay, you had like a lizard. Like, okay, that makes sense. You know, like a bird, yeah, okay, makes sense. And you had like, you know, dogs and cats and shit. Like, they made total sense. But, you get like an ice cream cone, and you're like, okay. Okay, now. What's going on here? Alright, I can get lean first. Sorry, Marley. Marl? Whatever. You can rescue Marl before you, talk to Frog and you get an extra cutscene. A slightly different scene, because she's got no idea who the fuck he is. Decent clone could do it, but it'd be tough to usurp the popularity of Pokemon's brand. Oh, it'll be like nearly impossible. But if you at least made it cool and different, you tried some stuff, like it might light a fire under Game Freak's ass to try something different. People have to want something better in the first place. Yeah, I agree with that. I like Scottish Trainer. Fans are happy consuming the same game once a year. Oh, hello, Call of Duty. Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's exactly the same thing. Like, I would be critical of Call of Duty. But at least Call of Duty is like action-oriented. Like at the very least, it's like a multiplayer-focused, action-oriented game. So you have some skill and some agency. Pokemon is literally like, yeah, this Pokemon is like insanely good. That's the one we're gonna use. And I'm not gonna like shit on it for being turn-based, but I'm gonna shit on it because like it's too simple. It's like for literal children, and everyone takes it so seriously. Like he's like, hey, oh, you look exactly like the queen. The resemblance to the queen is uncanny. Because like Pokemon is being designed under a low budget principle, the cheaper they can make it, the higher the profits. I wouldn't be surprised if like the budgets, the budgets for Pokemon are probably like insanely low, like relative to like how popular it is. I mean, you don't need a huge budget to make a good game, obviously, but I think Dave's got the right principle where they're quite literally just being like, hey, this is what's happening. Like, we're gonna do this because it's easy. More so than anything, we're gonna do this because it's easy. And, you know, we can do like a 1-year development cycle. We can just pump out a bunch of crappy Pokemon drawings. We can barely animate the damn thing. Because it's like... I guess they're not using sprites anymore, but back in the day they drew like really shitty sprites that had like no frames of animation. And you just waggled them back and forth and that was your game, right? And that's fine, I guess. But it means you're just doing a lot of, like, really simple stuff. That makes it kind of boring. I'm gonna be right back real quick, so I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. I've returned. Chrono's freaking out, man. Ugh, let's go into a battle. Bat through. Chrono Trigger is probably, I don't even need that. It's like 1 damage? Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I immediately just got, like, so much fucking money. Although mid-tonics are coming into play pretty quick, so I don't need them. Roly Rider. The green emblem. You already had sentient magnets and blobs of goop? Yeah. I guess, but those were kind of like fantasy. The ice cream is a literal ice cream cone, which feels fucking odd. I don't know. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but it just, in my opinion, doesn't feel right. And now DLC on top of it. Yeah. DLC is just a plague on the industry, honestly, because I mean, I guess it depends. I don't want to make a blanket statement like DLC is all terrible, because I enjoy some DLC. But for the most part, DLC really does seem like it is just money grubbing. Like they're just making you spend more money for the game. Like, you want this extra piece of content that probably should have just been included in the main game, pay us $5 or pay us $10, and it feels kind of shitty. I was honestly thinking the other day how nice it was when you could just, you know, you went to the store or you bought a game online and that was the game. Like, you didn't have to worry about, like, patches and, like, DLC and all that crap. It was just, like, here, I'll show you. I'll show you. I have my copy of Chrono Trigger right here. Like, you went to the store and you bought the copy of your game, right? You bought Chrono Trigger. And you popped it in your console, and you played it, and there was no updates and no whatever, right? Like, you played the game, and that was the game. It was exactly what it is, and it was exactly what it will always be. It was a bit of a cutoff, but well, so kind of sucks. But I'm not gonna resize it. But nowadays, it's like you buy a game and there's like day one patches, and if you're buying a game like that's pretty early on in development, like stuff can fundamentally change. Like, I was looking at the patch notes for Minoria. I don't know if you guys remember Minoria. I played it, I think last December. But it was basically, like, from the same guy who made Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight. And I played it, and there's been a lot of updates. Like, a lot of updates. And I don't want to say the game's fundamentally different now. But there is clearly some pretty significant changes that have, like, changed the way the game is. So I'm glad I held off making content for it. But it was just nicer. It was a simpler time. It was a simpler time when you could just be like, hey, I'm gonna buy a game and I'm gonna just go home and play it immediately and not have to download like a 2-hour patch and all this other garbage. An ice cream cone for a fucking Pokemon. Have you completely lost the plot? Fucking got there a goddamn keychain. Gordon in charge of Game Freak. Yeah, well, I mean, some of the Pokemon designs are just kind of uninspired. I think that's really safe to say. Load Sword's good, but I can actually find one later. How much better is it? It's not even that much better, like 3 attack. Ah, he wants to buy... Yeah. No. Fuck you, Melchior. That's her pendant. These are her things. Ugh, I'm trying to... my thumb's on my controller and I'm using like my fingers to do the WASD. Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty has had some kind of interesting gameplay changes, though. Like, I don't know, was it Black Ops 2? Where they started having, like, I know in one of them there's, they started having, like, a boost pack so you can, like, double jump and shit, and you can... like fly around and run on walls. Like, that actually is kind of interesting, so I'm glad that that's in the game, I guess. You know, I'm glad that they're kind of adjusting up the gameplay and trying to make it better and improve it and make it more interesting, because like obviously it's changed a lot over the years. Like I don't know, you guys probably don't even remember Modern Warfare, like the first one. Like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was a lot more tactical in nature. Like, you had shit like you could like lean around corners and stuff, and that was like kind of like a fundamental aspect of the multiplayer. But then Modern Warfare 2 came out. It was like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and they went for this like really arcadey style gameplay where it's very fast paced and you're just running around, which is also fun. But that seems to kind of go like what they decided to go with for the rest of the series. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. I played quite a bit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but I think on some level they ran with that, and I think it's fun, I guess, and I'm glad that they kind of are at least trying to make it different and better every game. You know, they get Kevin Spacey. Get Kevin Spacey so they can say they have a have a celebrity in there. Yep, we getting arrested. We getting arrested, boys. It's fucking raw. Like that Advanced Warfare added air dashing and stuff. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I think whatever Titanfall did that too, right? And you can like run on walls and jump around and shit. In the Switch Pokemon, they still use sprites for the menu art. I find that cute. In battles, the animations are really fucking poor. I mean, part of it is that there's so many fucking Pokemon, right? So you gotta model, like, I don't know, 600 Pokemon. I'm being I'm gonna say that there's not exactly 600 Pokemon, but basically you send out like 600 Pokemon. You have to model them all, which is it's just gonna take a long time. Even if you could get through like 1 or 2 models per day, like let's say you have like 5 guys working on it, and let's say they make 1 model per day. I mean, that's still like, if you gotta get through 600, that's still like 300 days, right? Make 1 a day, 5 people making 1 a day. No, 60 days. 60 days just to model them, say that, and then say it takes another 60 days just to animate them. Like, it's a long time to model and animate, like, everyone. So I'm not surprised that there's been concessions. Like, you look at Final Fantasy V, right? Like, I'll show you. So Final Fantasy V has a lot of sprites. Like, a lot of sprite work. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22 if you include mime, which I do. So, all of those guys, all of them are animated. And there's 5. Well, I guess... No, there is 5. I guess Galoof has a thing too. But there's basically 5. 5 times 22 is like 100 different battle sprites for your characters, right? And I think they all have a casting animation, and they all have a attack animation and stuff, right? And stuff like kneeling down when you're poisoned and whatnot. So, like, there's a lot of animations. You ignored me. Hey, what the fuck? I tried. ZSNES didn't let it go. Gotta look at both extremes, though. You can't run away as berserkers due to a glitch, which would be patched out today. Prefer the older stuff, too. I mean, that's true, but, like... Oh, wait. Yeah, not at all. I'm just mashing through the text. We've been through this before. It doesn't really matter. You get like a mid-ether or something. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, Dave, but by the same ticket, I think it's just like... It's just that companies have like a way too fast turnover cycle now. Like, they're so quick about getting the game released, and they have this mentality that, oh, if there's a problem, we can just patch it later. Whereas back then, like, you had to be, like, very adamant that the game was ready. Because as soon as you start printing the copies... As soon as you start printing the copies, and as soon as you start, distributing them, that's it. Like, that's the game. I mean, there's been, like, second printings and revisions. I think, Ocarina of Time is the big one. But... You know, there's a lot of shit like that. Oh, no, Garbo the Pokemon, Garbor, the garbage Pokemon is art. Is Garbor the garbage Pokemon actually real? Is that what his, like, name is? I know there's a garbage can Pokemon. I know there's, an ice cream. And I know there's a bunch of other garbage. My opinion, COD Black Ops 2 was the best one. Good accessibility, weapon variety, and map design. Surprisingly good campaign, too. The jetpack one you're thinking of was Advanced Warfare. Oh. But there is, like, running on walls and shit, isn't there? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is just Advanced Warfare. There's about 800 Pokemon. Yeah, but didn't they cut out a bunch of them? Like, I think Pokemon would work better if you had, like region-specific Pokemon. Like, you know, there's, like, the region of XYZ or whatever, right? Like, there's like the Kanto region Pokemon, and like these are the Pokemon you get in this region. Then there's like the other region where they have like specific Pokemon. So I don't think there's any. What's the other one? Not Kanto's the first one. What's the other one? The silver one. But like, just like when you make a new Pokemon game, you should just be like, listen, there's no fucking Squirtles in this one. But then everyone gets fucking mad because they're like, I want a Squirtle on my team. You're like, fucking fine. We'll put in Squirtle. But it takes away from the development cycle, and it means you can't put the same resources into making really nice animations or models for the Pokemon, because you have to make another 700 models. So, it's just kind of how it is. My apologies. Garbodor. Oh my god. Is it actually a thing? Jesus Christ. Jesus. See, this is what happens when you don't eat some guy's lunch, Dave. You get 1 ether. The trial. Well, the trial's over. HP and MP recovered. You just start banging. Hey, let me out! Let me out! 2 days until the execution. I'll show him. When I was younger, I looked forward to patches because they could fix my favorite games. What happened instead is that games were rushed and patched later. Yeah. Like, I don't... It's just nice when games are, like, finished. Like, it's nice if games would release finished. But it seems like the trend these days is more... Like, more and more, like, we're gonna release the game early access. And the early access version is gonna be fucking buggy as shit and whatever. But it's gonna give us money to get the game made. Which I don't hate. I know there's been some successful games on early access, but a lot of the time they haven't been successful. It's just kind of been like a scam almost. But I would prefer I would definitely prefer if... I honestly can't remember where to go here. I would definitely prefer if more games, especially games from like big companies, where spent more time in development and didn't have these horrible issues with getting patched. Passed out. Like Sekiro was a big one. Sekiro had a bunch of stuff patched out like very quickly. Damn, that's a lot of items. Like Sekiro had a lot of shit patched out, right? Oh right, it's the big boy. So you get punished for trying to get your items. Like Sekiro, they reduced the difficulty of the bowl, and they removed the fast kill on Corrupted Monk, I think. And I think they did a couple of other things like rebalance. I think they made some stuff easier, like the grind for Sen and shit wasn't so bad. But like this, like just I don't know. It just feels like that's kind of shit they should do beforehand, you know, before they release the game. But then they do these day one patches instead, and it feels kind of shitty. Because now it's like you've kind of changed the game on a fundamental level. You're gonna give people a different experience than what other people had. Garb odor. Oh, I get it, I guess. I guess that's a thing. I think Slash is good on these guys, I can't remember. No, you're right. Titanfall 2 has wall running and double jumping as base mechanics. Then you have the option for extra tools like the grapple hook, speed boost, etc. That's cool. Yeah, it seems like a cool mechanic, honestly. Can I get in? Ooh, skeleton. Immediately sent to gay baby jail with no chance of parole. Yeah, I mean... Colonel gets kind of fucked over. Oh shit. I walked into the spikes because I wasn't paying attention. Let me take my turn, idiot. The garbage Pokemon first evolution is Trubbish. Seriously, all you did was put a T in front of rubbish. Well, I mean, you gotta understand, they're Japanese. This one opens, right? No, it doesn't. It's kind of shitty. Even if it's 1 guilty versus 10 not guilty, you're still sentenced to execution. But I guess you'd miss the whole segment otherwise. Yeah, well, it's like... You understand, right? Because like the Chancellor is like Yakra the 13th or whatever. So he's out to get you. I mean, like if you do the side quest, you understand. Like, Dave, you remember, right? You did the Rainbow Shell side quest. The Chancellor's just a bad dude. He's like a descendant of Yakra. What are you up to? Ah. Sekiro is still kind of fucked. You can bypass most of the bosses just by ledge jumping. Yeah, but that's... that's clearly not intentional. I don't care about game-breaking bugs like that that are like... So the thing is, like, there's game-breaking bugs, right? I care about game-breaking bugs when they actually can affect you. Doing that, like, ledge jumping bullshit is almost entirely, it's, like, only stuff that, like, speedrunners are ever gonna do, right? Like, or if you're, like, or you know about it. Like, most people don't figure that shit out on their first playthrough. And I don't mind leaving stuff like that in. I don't think it's, like, overly important to patch. I care about stuff like hard locking and, like, deleting saves and shit like that. Like, that's the stuff I care about them fixing. Imagine medieval court being biased and skewed in favor of whoever was best friends with the king. Yeah, the Chancellor's an evil monster, so there's the thing. Ponyta? Don't you mean Poopita? Remember Max named his Ponyta Poopita and it made me laugh. Goldeen. Bulbasaur is a dinosaur with a bulb on its back. Yeah, a lot of the names are puns. Or like combinations of words. Dave, if you just played the game, you'd have fun. Squirtle is a turtle that squirts. Charmander is a fire salamander, yeah. And then there's stuff like Pig Knight was a funny one. I thought that was a good name. Just feel that you shouldn't be able to do that with a Souls boss type game. They need to bring back invisible walls. I mean, there's a lot of invisible walls in Sekiro, I think. I think it's just like, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but like even Demon Souls has shit like that. Like in Demon Souls you can go, there's a bunch, like, I don't know, you can look it up. Like, look up the Demon Souls speedrun. They do out of bounds tricks in where is it? They do an out of bounds. Where is it? They do it in Stonefang Tunnel. They basically skip Armored Spider. Like, they skip like the whole level of Armored of Stonefang Tunnel, and they end up behind. You end up behind Armor Spider, so he literally can't hit you, and you just hit him in the back until he dies. I think there's another one in Demon Souls, but there's a lot of glitches like that don't get patched out, and it's because they get found so late that the development of the game is basically over. And like, honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, especially in like wait, what? Especially in like a mostly single player game, it quite literally like does not matter at all. Like, it matters 0% if there's some like weird game breaking glitch that you can opt into. As long as you're not like finding this shit. Like, my opinion is, as long as you're not finding this shit like in a casual playthrough, it's not an issue. Why are there load swords in a prison? I don't know, but I'm not complaining. I can climb back up, yeah. If you want to cheese or skip, that's my choice to do so. Don't take things like skips or cheese out. Yeah, I think that's fine. If a player can say, well, I won't just do that, that's on them, doesn't mean I should get... Yeah, I think that's kind of my opinion as well. Like, if a player's not going to find it, like, on their first playthrough, like, if you're going to find it... If you're not going to find it without, like, a guide online, then it's, like, who gives a shit? But if you're going to... If there's, like, a really obvious glitch, like, you walk into the boss room, and the boss doesn't have fucking AI, yeah, that should probably get fixed there, Chief. That's the kind of stuff I think is important to fix. If you want to choose or skip, that's my choice. If you reach the credits in Sekiro and you skipped half the bosses, then you didn't really play the game, but that's more the player's fault rather than From's fault. I mean, I didn't experience, like, honestly, Sekiro was not that buggy to me. It was pretty good in terms of not having a lot of bugs. But there have been other games that I've benefited from the bugs, such as Sonic 06, which everyone likes to talk to me about. Get trolled. Is there no save point here? This should be right. Oh, I got a Thornlet. I saw it. I got one. I actually fucking got one. How convenient this is for me. So let's see. Wait, I have 3. What? I actually have 3 Thornlets? What the fuck? I have 4 Thornlets. How did this happen? Okay, we're done here. I'm gonna go back to grinding in the regular location. I guess today was lucky. It was a lucky Chrono Trigger day. I don't actually need to read that. Damn, like I spent like 2 fucking hours. I spent like 2 hours here last time and I didn't get a single Thornlet. And then like I come here today and it's like, yes. Wesley, you have earned and deserved all the Thornlets now. I'm just gonna take a second to go back to we're gonna go back to grinding the other spot, so it's just gonna take a minute. I think I left him here. As usual I did. See, like, we're blooming, okay? We're playing a great game. We're getting all the Thornlets we could possibly hope for. That's fantastic. I have exactly 4 Thornlets, which is 1 for every member of my team. Unfortunately, Lena can't benefit from it, but that makes me happy. Makes me happy. Unless From specifically gives you an item and story reason to teleport to the credits or some shit, but glitches are typically very clear-cut. Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind. It's like whatever. Honestly, I don't care that much. Well, I should change everyone's gear now. Get rid of the Thornlet's one. I guess guard ring's okay. Okay, here we go. Thornlet boys, yeah, well, we can try it now. I don't think we'll do it today. Maybe, well, let's hard commit to. We'll do it when we beat Chrono Trigger. When we beat Chrono Trigger, now we have the 4 Thornlets. We'll give Neo X Death some attempts. What was that noise? Sekiro was perfectly fine to me. I thought Sekiro was actually pretty good. The only issues I mainly have with it are like the upgrade tree is stupid. Like I don't like the way the upgrade tree works, and I think it's got a pretty difficult learning curve. Head repairs damage. I can't hit everything with slash. I got a cab in my ass up though. I'm pretty sure Flame Toss does like no damage on this boss. I also can't remember. It's been a while. 0. We gotta kill the head though. Cycling better? I can't remember if Cyclone or Slash is better. I could Flame Whirl. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you get got. This time you got 4 Thornlets. When will they fucking learn, man? When do they know? Yeah, 0. I shouldn't even bother. I should just have Luca heal. What the missiles? Oh, that's good, because now I can get back to efficient grinding. I'm surprised it actually works so well. Like, I'm honestly surprised we got them. I thought it would take us a literal eternity in there, but it's kind of nice that we can actually come back to the slightly more efficient grinding spot. Crap. Okay. Revive it is, because I haven't been paying attention to this battle. I don't like the not being able to get weapons and being forced to wait until I'm 2/3 of the way through the game just to do the build I want to do. Yeah, there's definitely issues with the Souls games. I don't necessarily like the older I get, the more of these games I play, the more I think that the current system they have of like leveling up and builds just it kind of sucks. Like I like Devil May Cry, where I can just like pick up, I get a new weapon, I can use it immediately. I think that's cool. I think that's fun and satisfying. Damn, you got a double turn on the head. I think that's like the preferred method for me, where you can just use every weapon. But I don't like I understand that builds work for some people, but I think the more I play, the less I care about builds. Because usually what I do is I just go like a quality build now. Or I go for like some specific thing. Maybe the head only does it if I attack it. Whatever. Maybe I should just focus on the head specifically. I can't remember how to fight this guy. Sekiro had a messed up leveling system. I feel like they had different intentions. Yeah, I agree. Well, I think the thing is, like, Souls, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, like, the upgrade system is designed. It's designed in a way that you are, like, supposed to have an open-ended upgrade system. So, like, the game doesn't know what you have. The game doesn't know what you're using. Like, it has no fucking idea. So you could be using, you know, the butcher knife, or you could be using, like, a knight sword or a straight sword or whatever. Like, you have like literally no idea what the player's gonna use. Let's just do that. That's probably better. But you have no idea. But in Sekiro, you know exactly what the player's gonna have. And when we're talking about, let's just use my big tongs. When we're talking about things like, I guess it's like, there's no limit to what you can upgrade. Like, you can have like 10 armor sets at like level 10. But in Sekiro, all you can upgrade is your prosthetic arm, and that actually has a tree, like an upgrade tree, that you can max out. So once you max out the upgrade tree, there's like literally no point to having upgrade materials anymore. Whereas in Dark Souls or Demon Souls, it's like, yeah, like, maybe I want to upgrade this fucking random trash weapon I have, just because, right? So your upgrade materials are like never useless in Demon Souls and Dark Souls, but they will become useless in Sekiro. Like 100% of the time. Once you platinum it, like, your upgraded materials are literally worth nothing. They're pointless to have. There's no reason to have them. I like Devil May Cry, I'm summoned. Well, I like the system. I like being able to get a cool new weapon and actually be able to use it without not necessarily being punished, but like having to grind to be able to use it. Like, I just think that's a nice system. It was a very, very much a problem in Bloodborne, because they were like, oh, Bloodborne's more action-oriented, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, oh, I still have these fucking builds preventing me from using all these cool trick weapons, right? What happens in these games is usually what you do is you like, okay. You go, okay, this is the playthrough I'm using this weapon. Oh, fuck. Kara's the one. You're like, okay, well, shit, like, this is the playthrough I'm using this sword. Or this is the playthrough I'm using this weapon. Or this is the playthrough I'm using this weapon, right? And that's what happens in Bloodborne, that's what happens in Dark Souls, that happens in Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2. You basically pick your weapon, and you just use that, like, the entire game. And that kind of sucks, like, it's just... I feel like you could have a way more interesting progression system in the game if you could just... Like, let's say you ditch the upgrade tree, like the blacksmithing upgrades, and you ditch levels. You could probably have a way more interesting system for leveling up and progressing your character that's not necessarily tied to having to grinding, right? I mean, it's a delicate balancing act, because I know they want you to fight stuff, because in Sekiro, like in my Sekiro guide, I'm quite literally like, yeah, just don't bother fighting anything. It's like it's a literal waste of your time. It's way more efficient to just not fight anything and then go grind in, like, dedicated grinding spots. Like, that's 100% true, and I firmly believe that to be true. And you can choose to say that that's a problem or not, but in terms of efficiency, I think it's undoubted that my method in my guide is probably the most efficient way to play the game. Just skip all the random garbage enemies unless you have to kill them, or they give you, like, a prayer bead or something. And then when you need to grind for, like, upgrades, do it in a highly efficient grinding spot. All I want to do is run around with a damn church pick at the start of the game. I know, it'd be nice if you could have stuff like that. Like, that's where New Game Plus would be really nice. Like, that's where New Game Plus would be really nice. But that's another thing I don't like about the Souls games, is they have that stupid scaling New Game Plus, which I dislike. I think the Souls games and Bloodborne had decent leveling, but Sekiro just didn't work well. I'm just not a fan. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of baggage. Like, I will 100% agree with you on that. Like, I'll agree with you on Dark Souls. Dark Souls being fine. I think Bloodborne had a lot of baggage, and Sekiro definitely had some baggage, which personally I'm not a big fan of. I would prefer no baggage, just like start over, make a new game from scratch, and don't necessarily be tied to these like systems that are kind of designed for one game and kind of like incorporated into another. So I'd be happy. Like, I don't know what Elden Ring's gonna be. We haven't seen anything of it, but I would I would be happy if they just, like, ditch the formula. They're just like, we're making a totally new game, and this is how it's gonna be. Just completely fucking different. I would be totally on board for that. And I'd be very happy about that. But my guess is there's gonna be some baggage from Demon Souls and Dark Souls, like the legacy of it. And for better or for worse, it's gonna be part of the game. And I don't necessarily think it needs it, even though I've seen nothing of Elden Ring. I would like to see something fresh. And that's exactly like what we were just talking about earlier about Pokemon, right? And Final Fantasy. Like it's just nice to have new stuff coming out, new stuff that's fresh, and you're trying to like constantly evolve. And it seems like a lot of the time From has kind of backpedaled on some of their decisions. Like they've constantly been fucking around with Estus. They basically got it perfect in Dark Souls 1, and they've continued to keep fucking around with it and making it like worse. So I think it would be good if they just kind of took a step back and like reevaluated everything, and they just tried to make it work really nicely. You call this money? Broken sword meta. Autogun, sure. Everyone can wear an iron suit, sure. Everyone can wear an iron helm, sure. I need some of these. Save you money, it'll do you good, that's my motto. And then some guy's like, hey, there's a girl in the other dome that's like, hey. So this guy used to say, he went to the other dome, and it turns out he actually made it. Ribbon? I think ribbon is strike. I mean, speed would be okay. My buddy is just in a grind spot right now. He skipped most of the pointless mini bosses and he didn't give anything useful yet. Beasts don't react to weapons. Never heard of it. This is Trando. If you're looking for food, you lose. An Enertron. Hey, you need to fight. It's fun here. Use the stealth mechanic. Yeah. Well, I feel like Sekiro was definitely held back by some of its like Dark Souls baggage. Like it'd be really cool if there was more like stealth opportunities like during boss fights. Like it would actually be pretty sick if you could like walk into a boss fight and not immediately aggro him. And you know, maybe get like a stealth death blow. Like that would be fucking cool, right? I think that would be really interesting. But, you know, they honestly played it pretty safe. These things immune? No, it's the other ones. They played it pretty fucking safe with Sekiro, I think. Like, they played it safe in that they took a lot of stuff from Dark Souls and they didn't really make it as different as they could have made it. They really could have, like, gone crazy. But they decided to play it relatively safe. It's different enough than the other games, but I still think it could have been a lot better than it is. Even though I don't think it's bad. Reminds me, I don't like trailers other than gameplay trailers. They let people down too much. A lot of the times the trailers aren't even made with the game engine. Yeah. Like, especially like the announcement trailers for like, oh, we're working on this game or whatever. And like, even like E3 trailers that like look like gameplay, it's like very clearly scripted and all that stuff, so. You gotta be careful with that for sure. You gotta manage your expectations every time a game gets announced, because they are always downgraded from the stuff in the initial trailers. It's just how it is. I don't like it myself, but you know, you gotta understand that they're trying to build your hype. They're a company trying to sell you product. And to sell you product, they want to hype you up. Cool with Sekiro's crazy grapple, letting you skip the whole game because you typically want to explore your own first time anyway, and then you zip through and you finish an area. Yeah. No, I think the grapple hook is fine. Like, I got no issue with the grappling hook at all. I think it's a good mechanic, actually. It's pretty fun. However, you're a ninja. Like, you're not supposed to just go around slaughtering everybody. You can, but it makes sense for his character that he'd just, like, avoid a lot of combat. I have no issue with that. My issue is that the upgrade system is entirely based around grinding. Like, 100% of it is based around you grinding shit, and it's boring. when they could have had a more elegant upgrade system. I don't know, they could have given you upgrades tied to mini-bosses or stuff, like... You could have made the prayer beads hidden. You could have had, like, half as many prayer beads, but let's say you... I don't know, you killed... whatever, one of the spear guys, and it gave you an upgrade to your spear or something. Like, you kill a spear guy and you... and it upgrades your spear prosthetic tool. Or you kill, like, a shinobi hunter, and it gives you an upgrade to your Makiri counter. Like, stuff like that would be way more elegant as a design decision than just like, oh, by the way, there's this shitty upgrade tree and you have to grind for like, literally 8 hours to max it out. You know, it just fucking sucks. It's boring. Like, you can watch my all achievements guide in Sekiro, and I think it's the last video, I literally just grind for like 6 hours. Because you need a lot of EXP and you need a lot of Sen and all that other garbage and to get all the final upgrade materials. Just boring. The curse of having investors. Yeah, that's true, I think. Hope it's not another Unga Bunga hit it till it dies. I wouldn't be, like, I would be very welcome to having more, like, RPG elements. Like, literally, like, I've said this multiple times, I want a fucking town. Like, I think it'd be cool if you could just, like, run around towns. I have a load sword. They give it to you there if you didn't get one in the prison. But I like the idea of, like, going between towns. It makes me happy. I think it would be fucking cool in, like, a Souls game if there was, like, legitimate towns. But they've always had this, you know, you've got your hub, and your hub is basically the town. And everything else in the fucking world is destroyed. From, like, Demon Souls onwards. It's like everything is fucking ruined. And it's all your fault. And there's no towns. Like, it would just be nice to have some level of, like, society and humanity and shit. Like, I don't care. Like, just... It would be nice, like I said, I just want it to be different. I want it to be unique and different and a new take. And to try things out and to experiment a little bit. And I think if you had, like, but, like, I don't know, if, like, 4... Even if it was just, like, 2 or 3 towns that you could walk around in, it'd be fun. Because what it is now is it's like, oh, you got the hub. You got Firelink. You got... I guess it is... Oh, I guess Majula. The Nexus. And I guess it's called Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls 3 too. And then Bloodborne has the fucking Hunter's Dream, which is basically completely worthless. We want to try this new idea Jim came up with. I want my money. I want money. Look at that. One turn, Dave. You could mash A, like I've been doing, or you could use one turn. Doesn't that feel good? It feels so good. And I can use my EXP, or I can use my MP, because God knows I will be, I think these guys are resistant to physicals, or they evade physicals or something. Try to catch them on chat, I know I've been kind of slow. Actually, I could use Slash, can't I? Slash is Thunder Elemental, right? Hell yeah, it is. I'm a genius because I played this game a lot. Did I... Oh, we're fine. I thought I was low on HP. That was wrong. The Virgin Sekiro versus the Chad Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, like, literally to me looks like fucking... It's trying to be Assassin's Creed now. And the more I see of it, the less interested I am in it, which is kind of funny because I thought it looked pretty good. I think I did my E3 impressions video from like 2018 or 19. And I was like, yeah, it looks good. Looks cool. Got grappling hooks. Fucking sick, dude. But the more I see of it, the less interested I am. And I don't think I'll buy a copy. But if they want to send me a copy, I'll fucking take it. I'll take it and play it if they want to send me a copy. If you ever seen someone have max attack power in Sekiro, it's ridiculous. You are a literal god. Yeah, but are you getting max attack power in like level 1? Like before you do any cycles? Because Sekiro's attack power shit, like, it tapers off real hard. It's basically like in Dark Souls when you hit like 40, you start to get like mad diminishing returns. And it's the same. It's exactly the same in Sekiro. You get like mad diminishing returns after you hit like 40 attack power or something. You still get benefit, but like there's a lot of diminishing returns. And obviously the enemies start scaling up too, so it just gets kind of annoying. Sekiro had no interest in me because I can't customize. Dark Souls I play the Chosen Undead, vague, can look like anyone. Sekiro I play as Charlie Sekiro, father of two shadows or something. No, his name is I think his name is, well, it doesn't have a name. They call him Wolf, which I guess is... What is it supposed to be? Sekiro is like one-armed wolf or something? I think that's what it is. Call him one-armed wolf. Sekiro or something. It's like the kanji or whatever the fuck. Not Japanese, I don't know. Because I know there's Seki Joe, which is basically like one-armed orangutan. Everyone's only got one arm in that game. It's interesting that in Sekiro's development, they briefly considered making Wolf a samurai before setting on him being a ninja. Well, I mean, the Clashing Swords is kind of a samurai. Well, I guess... kind of, I suppose. But, you're not supposed to... I think you're not supposed to, like, in Bushido, whatever the fuck. In Japanese sword fighting, I don't think you're supposed to clash swords because it's brittle. Like Japan had garbage steel. So I'm pretty sure, like, swords are probably susceptible to breaking. Did I not buy an auto gun, or did I just not equip it? Yeah, that's what the guy who walked to the other dome used to say. Makes me happy. It's all linked. I literally had a better weapon, I didn't use it. My wing geef. I am the dip. The total dip lord. This kid's got a bunch of shit. Oh, she doesn't even sell mid-tonic standing. Well, let's see what happens. Did I get in the Enertron? I think I did. Kingdom Come Deliverance gets a bad rap, but I really liked how you start from nothing to earn your way to the top. And then you have town-type elements that work well. Yeah, it can work. I haven't actually played any Kingdom Come Deliverance. I know there was a bit of a shit show with its launch, I think. But I never had that thing. Damn, we're already at like 2 hours. Chrono Trigger is like short, but this is taking longer than I remember. Just walking. I'm walking to try to get my Zerkers into a fight. There we go. No, you can spend your life grinding that high. Oh, right. No, but you need the mask. You need that stupid dragon mask, and you can't even get it until you hit, Wait, what the fuck? Isn't this a boss fight here? Am I wrong? Is this like some bug ROM? This isn't what happened, is it? Would I, like, do I get into a fight here and then I fight something else? Oh shit, I got maelstromed. Maelstrom. What was I saying? Yeah, you need that stupid dragon mask. And that dragon mask takes like a literal fucking eternity to get, and it's useless. Like I don't even get it in my guide. Because it's like actually fucking pointless. Because you need the EXP and the money for fucking... You need the EXP and the money to buy your skill tree. It's like actually insane. Remember that like really significantly. Everyone's like, oh, you can buy this. You can buy the 3 pieces of the mask, then you can use your skill points to level up. And it's like, dude, if you do that, it's gonna take you even longer to hit max, to max out your skill tree, and you'll never get the platinum. And even then, like, it's so much grinding, and you don't even need it. Like, I don't know how to explain it otherwise. Like, you just don't need it. I honestly do not remember that fight. I honestly do not remember that fight at all. $86.56. We're almost at 90 hours. well, I think by the time we beat Chrono Trigger, we'll probably be equipped to fight X-Death. John Sekiro, hero of Sekiro. Not correct, but also pretty fucking funny. He didn't hesitate, he wouldn't have lost that arm. Chrono was like 6 hours. No, Chrono is like 14. 6 is like fucking fast as shit. Like you'd be fucking rushing like crazy to hit 6. I'm at like 2. I'm at like 1 hour 45. And granted, I've been playing slowly, but we're going at a pretty good clip anyways. Like I've been playing slowly because I have to grind my Zerks. I guess we'll RL Whirl here, and she can take a pot shot at this guy, one of these guys. Did he not use my cabin? Never played Yakuza. You start from being a drunk young adult and you can't even throw a punch and earn respect from everyone over time. There's a lot of dialogue in town roleplaying. How about Yakuza? Chrono Trigger is definitely not 6 hours. It's like twice that long. Easily. Are you even supposed to attack it? No, I know he just resummons the bits anyways. Oh, right. That's right, it is. If you're a little brainlet, that's what you do. You get hit with the amplifier or whatever. The mask isn't worth it. By the time you can even get it, you don't really need it anymore. Yeah, exactly. You get it in Fountainhead. And by the time you get it in Fountainhead, it's just like completely... You're basically done with the game. Like, what do you have left? In Fountainhead, you have... Who's left? Like, it's like the Divine Dragon, which is basically a set-piece boss, which is fine. I actually liked it as a set-piece. And then you have, like, fucking Sword Saint. Like, that's all that's left. So, like, by the time you can even upgrade it, like, what are you gonna do? Like, grind to upgrade Sword Saint's attack power? Like, it's pointless. And, you know, like, New Game Plus scales, yes, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, does he resummon? Okay, revived a bit. This boss fucking hard filtered me when I was a kid. Like, the first time I played this, I got fucking hard filtered here. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get that you had to kill the bits, and I just got my ass kicked. Like, it didn't register in my little tiny brainlet, it's like fucking 5-year-old mind, that I could kill the bits and not the boss and win. Really, even if you just do the story? No, yeah, it's like 14 hours. It's pretty long. Like, it's not like long, but you know, there's a lot of text and shit to get through. There's actually a lot of moments too. I'm sure the speedrun is some stupid bullshit like fucking 6 hours or something. It's probably like 3 hours actually. But that's probably because they're just firing through as fast as possible. And like running from battles. I know one of Dave's major complaints was that the battles took a long time. And they're like super easy and they take a long time. Which is not wrong. It's true. But, oh, breakdown, did I win? I think I won. People have beaten Sekiro with no upgrades, it's honestly wild. There's a mechanic that you can just spam swipe and keep the boss stun locked. Really? Well, I mean, I'm not surprised by that. People go to their way to do that shit. It's like, it's just like whatever, you know? Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just like a self-imposed challenge, which you can do whatever you want. But I think for your average player, that just, it's probably not actually that hard to do. You just have to know the bosses. Because once you get parry timing down, you can pretty much just kill any boss super easily. Like, my Genichiro strategy is like 100% safe. You just sit there and you block all his shit and then you go for it. Passed away long ago. Hang on a second. Need to deal with something. Okay, back, sorry. I hit the B and not the A. Okay. Are we in critical condition? No. Right, it's more than just a statue. Oh, fuck. So, come here often? Well, okay, let's see. This part is such a fucking pain in the ass. And I can't cheese this. Press on the L and R buttons and press the A button next to your passage. Don't make any mistakes, you'll be sorry. Hey, let's roll on go. Seed, we got our seed. What are my L and R buttons? That it? Okay. I'm like, fuck, okay. What was it? I'm like, what did I map them to? Oh, fuck. I totally forgot what I mapped them to. Just watched a video of a guy that beat John Cena boss in Sekiro in 8 swipes with 99 attack power. John Cena boss. What the hell's the John Cena boss? The Guardian Ape? The Gapist? Heard the dripping and was worried about the sink? No. It's nothing to worry about. It's fine. My sink is fine now. Marley learned provoke. She need to be alright. How my boys doing actually? Oh wait, hang on. Save. Save, 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 save. 34,000? Oh, they're getting there. I mean, we'll probably get to like 85 by the time we finish this, I hope. It's my hope. My thoughts and prayers. So we get to 85. But I'm pretty sure we got very close to killing X-Death. Like, very close. It was... We got him down to one hit left. Or not one hit left. We got him down to one, got him down to one piece left. So, I'm hoping with the Thornlets, we'll be able to burst him down with the procs. But I might still have to grind for whatever they're called. I might have to grind for Aegis Shields, which will suck. They're the guy that yells when he runs on the horse. Oh, Gyobu. My name is John Cena, or his name is John Cena, or whatever. Is that the meme? I'm not a wrestling fan. Sorry. I haven't watched wrestling since I was a literal child. Gyobu. Gyobu. Just waiting for things to grind. To answer your question, Max, yes. But that was never up for debate. It was never up for the discussion. Everybody knows this game is easy. Literally everybody knows this game is easy. But like I said, I got hard filtered on that boss when I was a kid. Because you're just a little fucking idiot kid. Like a literal idiot. Oh. Oh. Boys are still zerking. I'll be very happy when we finish this. Although it would be pretty funny that it's like, oh yeah, we beat 3 games in the time it took to to beat all Berserkers. Like I would have beaten Darkest Dungeon, I would have beaten Final Fantasy V, would have beaten Chrono Trigger, and I would have done a little bit of miscellaneous stuff. Fuck, I don't even know if I want to play that game. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I picked Chrono Trigger because I thought it would be fast, and like we can get through it. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna start doing We're just gonna do a lot of just exclusively Neo X death attempts soon. So I thought Chrono Trigger would have been a good pick here. Almost entirely because it's relatively short and it'll be something we can clear fast. And I can get some grinding in and done in the meantime. But after this, we'll do XCOM. But I did get a key for a game that I don't actually know if I want to play anymore. We'll see. We'll probably do at least one stream. We'll do at least one stream for the meme, for the for the bad taste meme. You tried Neo X Death last time? Yeah, when I went down to the Rift, I decided to go for it, and I came close. We did, I don't know, we did like 5 attempts or something. Did like 5 attempts. It was going better than I expected, but we are level 80. So I think once you hit like level 80, you're kind of at a point where you can win or lose. Like you're at a point where you can win at around level 80. Like it's just, you gotta get lucky. And I decided that based on what we played, that the Gaia Hammer procs with the Thornlet were actually quite good. So my thought process was, okay, I can grind Thornlets in the pyramid, so I can get Thornlets for Butts, Lena, and Ferris, or sorry, Butts, Kara, and Ferris, because I can underflow their magic attack. Lena's magic attack is too high, and I can't do it. So I do it on. I would do it on everyone, but I can't do it on everyone because Lena won't get any benefit from it. So basically, what happens with a Thornlet is you underflow the magic attack, and it does about, when you get the Gaia Hammer proc, it does about 4,000 damage to all parts of X Death, which is obviously very strong because 4,000 damage to all parts is good, as opposed to doing like maybe like 4,000 damage to one part, and you want to kill the parts pretty close together. So if I can do that on multiple people, it'll be good. The only issue that I foresee is that we don't actually have Aegis shields for everybody. Aegis shields are probably going to help a lot, but I don't have to use the bone mill. I could do Aegis shields. As long as I can get through, I think as long as I can get through the first phase of X Death without anyone getting white holed, I'll be okay. Which is mostly why I want the Aegis shields. The other reason is for blocking white hole. And not white hole, Grand Cross. And Almagust is pretty scary, and you can whiff it with an Aegis shield, so there's always that too. When I saw you were playing the best RPG ever, I was like, wow, was the Yik combat update that good? No. I don't actually own Yik. If those Yik boys want to send me a key, fine, but I don't own Yik, and I shan't be buying it. Although I do think it's funny how they actually improved the combat. I mean, it only took them like fucking 10 years or whatever the fuck it was. When did Yik come out? Like, I feel like Yik came out in like 2017 or 16 or something. Yik's been out for a hot minute, and it seems very odd that they would go back and fix it after all this time, but they did it. I mean, it still doesn't look very good, but at the very least, combat is going slightly faster from what I saw of Ricky's stream. Our friend Sticky Rick. His stream looked pretty good. Like, it looked like it was an improvement. Oh yeah, Thomas was playing it too, that's right. It's over, Yik cannot hurt me anymore. 2019, no way. There's no way Yik came out in 2019. There's no way. I feel like it's way older than that. This man just took down the bull in 2 parries. He took down a ninja mini-boss and 2 Makiri counters. Yeah, I mean, Makiris are strong. Like, even without the 99 attack power, I feel like you'd still probably do it in, like, a couple of blocks and a few parries. Makiris do a lot of posture damage. So, it doesn't surprise me at all. But I still find it very hard to believe that Yik was 2019. It was surprisingly recent. Feels like the misplaced artistic retardation of the 2017s, but it was in 2019. Damn, I'm just wrong. It seems like it was so long ago, but I guess it was last year. Fuck. That's so crazy to me. Just seems too far off. I'm gonna fight stuff for EXP. Yeah, I thought the same thing, Dave. I thought it was way older than 2019. Maybe it's just because the older we get, the more time flies by us. Maybe that's how it is now. We're just getting old. I feel like the older you get, the more time does fly. Like, it feels like the year just started and it's already fucking June, so it's like, where'd the time go? Where'd my time go? I mean, I guess it is good that they updated it, but still, I feel like it's, one of the problems with doing big updates like that is it's kind of too little too late. Like, everyone's already got their opinion on Yick that it sucks, so fixing it, I guess, will help, but how much will it possibly help, you know? T's been a long year, it has been a whole long year. Fucking hell, January 2019, holy shit. That is crazy. That's fucking nuts. Yeah, the bike key. They got more powerful robots in there. Do we push these guys? Yeah, I think that's fucking hilarious. Just shove them out of the way. Fuck off, idiot. I'm Chrono. I'm the master. The years last longer and the days are shorter. It just flies by. I'm telling you, it just flies by. Was it this way? I think it was. I will be very happy when we finally beat X-Death, though. Very happy. That's a trap. I think I told Dave that was a trap when he was first playing this. So why am I not saving on everything? Race fucking Yoni. I'm not gonna be able to grind my Zerks while I race Johnny. Although I could. I don't know, did Dave do this? Dave didn't do this, did he? I'll do it. So you try to use the bike and Johnny shows up. But yeah, you know what? I'll show it off here, because I don't think Dave knew about this. Feels like forever ago to me because I remember hearing about it at a restaurant that I can never ever go to again that I've been losing weight. Was it like a buffet or something? For what it's worth, I value the fact that I played it. I mean, it's kind of like all these other games, right? It's like Sonic 06. Yes, I know what you're right. So you don't actually have to do the race. Oh wait, yes you do. Wait, what the fuck? I thought I could just run through. Maybe you have to race him the first time. I don't actually have to pay attention right now. You only have to pay attention at like the very end of the race, and then you like boost once and win. But you can actually cross it by going through a very long system of areas, and you will eventually reach the other side without having to do the bike race. You have to fight a lot of enemies. There you go. That's how you win. You just let Johnny, you bump into Johnny, and then at the very end, you press B one time and win. Which is why this, like, like I like it as a mini game because it's cute and fun, but it's like such a bad mini game. It's like so stupid. Launched first quarter 2019 alongside Resident Evil 2 Remake, Sekiro, and Devil May Cry 5. God damn, dude. Could you have picked like a literal worse time to release your game? You've got these like fucking juggernauts. And then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna release my indie RPG. It sounds like the perfect time to me. Just keep fighting everything. Yik is as bad as the hair is long. I think Thomas has the right mentality though. It's like it's probably good that he's played it because now he gets to form his own opinion on it, but it looks fucking terrible. Like I watched a good amount of Rick playing it, and it was just seems so stupid. Like even just like the puzzles, like the world traversal and the puzzles just seem really clunky. And if like your basic movement and stuff is clunky, it's rough. Like I don't mind puzzles in an RPG. Like you can have cool puzzles like in like Lufia and shit. Like, Lufia's got a lot of puzzles in it, or I guess Lufia 2 more accurately. Lufia 2 has a lot of puzzles in it, and I actually like Lufia 2 quite a bit, but it definitely slows the pace down a lot. And it looked like that way with Yik, and then, you know, having to like do mandatory fights at the end of the game seemed really fucking stupid. And the combat was just slow as shit. You know, everyone, like we kind of complain about RPGs being slow paced, and they are. Like it's like undoubtedly they are. But like I don't know, Dave. Well, Dave was playing like the worst version of Chrono Trigger, like the PS1 version. So I'm playing a better version, and it's going significantly faster. But you know, the PS1 version is bad because of the in between battles. There's significantly longer loading times than on the card games, which does suck ass. It's actually probably best that you tail him right before the finish line. Yeah, all you have to do is get in front of him at the very end. Like, just, like, sit there and whatever. Like, you can stay in front of him. Like, you can do what Johnny did to you through the whole race. You just have to, like, move predictively where he is. But it's just easier to just wait till the very end and then press B once. Like, get in front of him and then press B one time and you win. Which is funny because they give you 3 turbos and it's like it doesn't help you at all. Because you basically rubber band with him. So it doesn't matter. I just think it's funny. If they actually had like meaningful racing mechanics, sure, but it's just like a really quick, easy minigame. And if you lose it, you can literally just walk through the highway. Like you don't even have to do it. Forgot to mention Dragon Guard 3 came in the mail today. Why'd you buy Dragon Guard 3? Why'd you do that? Why did you waste your fucking money? You could have bought like literally anything else. It's funny. I remember one of my playthroughs when I was younger. I was like, "What's your serial?" The guy's like, "What's your name?" It's like, "Oh, my serial number's R66Y." And it's like, "Oh, let's call him R66Y." So I named him that. And it's like, oh, okay. Just named him after his serial number. We're gonna give Robo a name because Robo's a good character. And he has an arc, even though he's a robot. He's the most human of us all. It's beautiful. It's just perfect. Who do I leave behind? Okay, we're bringing Marley then. Now like it really matters. Tin arm. Titan vest. Like Robo's defense is off the chain at the moment. Imagine a game where the developers decide to make everything counterintuitive. Literally every single aspect. That's Yik. It's a case study in bad design. And why different doesn't mean good. I feel like, yeah, I mean, like everything seemed bad. Like the writing seemed bad too. And like it's I guess it was supposed to be. I know they said that like you're not supposed to like Alex because he's like a piece of shit or whatever. But I don't know how else to describe it other than like he's a piece of shit. Get motor oil in my eyes when I think of Robo. Robo's actually a good character. He just is. He's a very entertaining character. Maybe I should have brought... What's her name? Yeah, because Robo can heal. Although you don't have Robo for the the R series fight, which is kind of difficult. This is just use Slash here. Slash is Thunder Elemental. No. Maybe they just have super high defense. Give armor to Robo. I am made of metal. I guess this is true, but his defense is off the fucking chain. This area sucks. I remember Dave spent quite a bit of time here, and I don't blame him at all, because this dungeon's pretty fucking confusing, and I might get stuck here too. Look, lest we both make questionable decisions, okay? I mean, I played it on stream. You saw how bad it is, so I guess that's on you if you want to play it. But it's something, all right. You playing it for Octa? Is that what it is? You playing it for our guy Octa, the Coomer, the Turbo Coomer? Made the game wrong on purpose as a joke. I mean, I feel like for some games, maybe. This is definitely not the right way. I'm like entirely sure this is not the right way. This is 100% the wrong way. I mean, I might come here later. I'm pretty sure I don't do anything in here yet. I'm pretty sure I'm just like not supposed to come this way at all. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm supposed to use the stupid thing. Is it down here? A Robin bow. Oh. I'll take 3 attack power. Sounds good to me. God, the music in this game is so fucking good. Let me turn it up a little bit. You can tell me if it's getting reverb on the mic. The writing is Yick's worst aspect. I know, and it's supposed to be like the best aspect of it too, right? It's supposed to be like, oh, it's so well written. It's like, dude, no. Like, I'm not gonna like shit on Yick because I haven't played it, but I've seen a lot of it, so I can't really shit on the game. Well, I guess I can. I feel like I've basically watched Yick, so I feel like I've played it, because it seems like a lot of it is just, like, really fucking bad. Like, the combat, like, I watched Rick play the combat, and the combat just is fucking terrible. Like, your basic attack should not have a massive QuickTime event attached to it. Like, let's be honest. Like, Alex's basic attack in Yick was terrible. And I guess they made it a special ability called Beatdown or whatever in the update, which is pretty hilarious too. Hit the 2-hour mark. No, I gotta fight them now. God damn, I got hit with another thing. I still think it's probably worth it. Can I hit all 3 of them? Yeah. This guy absorbs magic, right? Huh. Works for me. It's like the same. It's like the same issue I have with It's the same issue I have with shit like Legend of Dragoon. Just like your basic attacks are like really fucking annoying to do. And it's not like in like Paper Mario and Mario RPG, you've got like really light timed hits that you don't even have to engage with. But in stuff like Legend of Dragoon and Yick, you have to sit there and fucking like hard engage with the game, which is actually really annoying when you're playing a JRPG, as weird as it sounds. Like, Legend of Dragoon is, like, super bad about it, because you have to, for, like, every one of your basic attacks, you have to do a pretty long-winded rhythm game. It can be anywhere from, like, 2 hits to, like, 6 hits, I think. But when you're trying to just, like, get through battles and, like, basic attack and shit, it's, like, really tedious. Like, really tedious. tech. I don't know. I think, God, we got maelstromed again. I don't know, I just think Yik is like... I don't know if it's beyond saving, but I feel like it's kind of beyond saving. Like, honestly. It just seems like, from what I've seen, I don't think any update that they could put out would change my opinion that Yik would be salvageable. Which is unfortunate, because I'm sure they put a lot of work into Yik. But, it might have just all been a waste of time. Titan Vest. That's probably... You all the good shit to Chrono. Hacking in progress. Hacking in progress. All systems are down. Ooh, that's a lot of guys. Good thing this game is so easy, according to our friend Dave. Then he runs into a tiny bit of resistance, such as Son of Sun. I'm gonna try not to shit on Dave. I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm enjoying myself at the moment. That's what we're gonna say. I'm enjoying myself. Yik Revolution 60. Well, I beat Revolution 60 in like 2 hours or 3 hours or something. Yik is like fucking at least 10 hours. But as a game, Yik is probably better. Like, Revolution 60 is trash. Thomas is probably right. It probably is Yik. But, like, if you're talking about minimal amount of suffering, it's probably Revolution 60, because it's shorter. You can burn through Revolution 60 in an afternoon. It's probably going to take you a couple of days to beat Yik. Like, Thomas played Yik for... I don't know. I don't know how long it was exactly. But it was not a completely insignificant amount of time. So, I don't know. I don't know. Down? I forgot where to go. I know I have to do this piece. Is this where it is? What's up, then? Oh, what the fuck? I know I come in here and I, like, shut the alarm off. Zabby operational. XAB1. Did it work? XAB1. I know I didn't register that time, but yeah. That's a bit of a Lorx situation right there. Did not translate well to the PS1 for sure. Got a Lorx situation going on. Must escape immediately. I think everything shuts down over. I did like this. I always liked this scene as a kid because, like, Robo holds it open for you because he's a badass. He bursts through. Because Robo's our best bud. He's actually, like... I think he's, like, unironically one of the strongest characters, too. Says he's got, like, a party heal and all that other shit. I think this is why you have to take this ladder. I'm pretty sure that's exactly why this ladder exists. Because the elevator stopped working or some shit. Yeah, this thing is actually really short. Here we go, R series. Oh shit, I should have healed beforehand. These are my friends! Would you consider Son of Sun a tiny bit of resistance? It seems like a boss that you have no reasonable way to beat without looking up a guide, unless there's a hint I missed. Well, generally that side quest is something you probably do after the fact. Like if you go, you obviously figured out that if you get Luca, and you get the fucking Tab Infest or whatever, the Tab Infest is insanely good. Again, it has like 90% fire resist or something. And Son of Sun is a boss that doesn't actually require you to have damage output. You just have to, like, it's like the shell game. You gotta guess the shell game. and you're basically immune to his attacks. So it's if you have Luca with the tab invest, it's basically a free win. So it doesn't really matter. You can beat it. You can basically beat it with just Luca, and it's a gimmicky boss for sure. Like a month, but to be fair, I put it off like mad. Yeah, I think that's the worst bit. If you start putting stuff off, it comes off as even worse. Like, I'm guilty of it too. Like, especially with the Monster Hunter stuff. If I had just gotten them done, they would have been done. It would have been over with. But I drew it out. I had it so drawn out over time that it just made it even worse and worse and worse. I'm gonna try to not do that anymore. I'm gonna try to, like, once I get my stuff all established, I'm gonna try to just, like, get through the game and move on. Like, finish it, finish the video and move on, and try not to, like, linger on it too long. Oh shit, I hit the wrong guy. I fucked up. I fucked it up. I think it's 2 Cyclones kills the R series. They're actually kind of scary if you don't take them out really fast. I should heal Marley. But you basically do like 2 Cyclones and you kill like 3 of them if you hit them, if you target the right one. I fucked up and I targeted the bottom one. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Cyclone the center one, like I'm supposed to do. And then I'll leave that one alive and I'll target the back row. Or I'll kill it with Marley or something. Damn. That was big boy damage right there. Yeah, maybe I will just kill it. Maybe. Is that enough? Yeah. I remember this fight, when I was a kid, this fight fucked around with me too, because I thought it was like super hard. But it's like, no, they die in like 2 hits. I think it's just intimidating because there's 6 of them. You're like, oh shit. Surprised they didn't do anything to update the Lara puzzle somehow in the PS1 version? Yeah, well. It's pretty obvious that it was a pretty shoddy port. Like, I think that's pretty obvious. Especially with, like, the really bad loading screens. Like, they did nothing to even attempt to mask them and make them better. Damn, I'm getting fucking Uzi punched. I guess I could Oral Whirl. Waste Chrono's turn. Whatever. Like, it's like, I honestly just couldn't remember if I had used thing yet. I couldn't remember if I had cycled the backline yet. If I had already cycled the backline, I should have just finished them off. This should kill him, I think. Provided I hit them already. It was a good meme. Just me intentionally fucking up her name. Like an idiot. And calling her Lorks. Lorks. Ugh. Robo got creamed. Oh god. Why did they cream my robot? Let's fast forward that. Marl's just passed out. She looks like she's fucking dead. And check how my Zerks are doing. See if they've leveled up yet. Alright, we go to the end of time now, because you take 4 people through a portal. Oh, 82. Okay. Lena's getting there. Robo's theme is super tight. It's like the best shit ever. The gate's up ahead. Oh, you don't even get to control it. It just goes automatically. Hang on to your shorts. Hold on to your butts. 4 Thornlets. Actually, that extra magic defense probably helps against Neo X death, to be honest. Which is pretty hilarious. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Well, we are at the end of time, my friend. Should talk to Gaspar. I think it's Gaspar. It's either Gaspar or Balthazar. I think it's Gaspar. This is the end of time! All lost travelers in time wind up here. From 1,000. Like, I mean, like, you have to specify what year you're from. Damn, my boys got destroyed. They all got hit with Maelstrom. When 4 or more beings step into a time warp. I think this is such a funny justification. It's like, if you were traveling in a group of 4, you end up here. It's like, what? Oh, but if you end up in a group of 3, it's fine. It is pretty bleak here. All time periods connect here. I'm taking the robot. Like, it would make total sense to leave the robot here, because he's just a fucking robot, right? But it's like, yeah, cold-heartedly leave Marl behind. So you can, why can't I use this? It's locked shut. I'm sure I have to do that. Yeah. It's locked shut until, like, right now. Let's read carefully what direction we have to go in. I'm Specchio, the Master of War. I've seen all kinds of battles from here. How do I look to you guys? You look strong as hell, dude. I see, let's put it this way. If you're strong, I look strong. If you're weak, I look weak. You are strong of will. That's why the old one let you through. It was Kingdom of Magic. But in time, people began to abuse their powers. No one was allowed to use magic except wizards. Yeah, fire, water, or lightning, fire, water, and shadow. You with the punk hairdo, you're lightning. The one with the goofy glasses is fire. It's the biggest toy I've ever seen. Hey, you're not even alive! What the hell, man? Since I can't measure your inner character, I can't give any magic to you. But your laser weapon will suffice. They can inflict shadow damage, okay. It's like, yeah, you just... It's shadow, because I guess that's how it works. It would make more sense to be like lightning, I guess, but... Shadow's fine. Oh, fuck, what is it? Counterclockwise? I think it's this way, right? I'm pretty sure it's counterclockwise, right? I know Dave fucked this up on his stream and he went clockwise. I think that's enough. Wait, what? Clockwise along the wall. Oh, fuck, it is clockwise. I'm gonna do an extra one just in case. Look, asshole, time. It's time, okay. One more for good luck. Because I haven't been counting. He is not just a robot, he is more than a robot. That's like, I fucking love that ending of Mega Man 7. It's like, I'm not a robot. Or I'm more than just a robot and he's gonna kill Dr. Wily, and it's like, oh fuck. Yeah, I mean, that would solve a lot of the world's problems. Yeah, Robo can't use magic. Except he can. Damn, we're getting our ass kicked. Oh boy. Oh mama. Yeah, we'll come back to Specchio later. We're obviously not powerful enough. My memes are not powerful enough. I'm sure it's just a lot of time to kill. Yeah, mixed up clockwise counter. It's just so silly to make player run for a bit, but it's fine, yeah. No, I'm totally in agree with... And I fucked it up too, Dave. Just because I didn't read it, I was mashing the text. It'd be hilarious if he's like, hey, you ran too many circles, do it again. No, dude. I win! Bring newcomers to meet me. I'll do it later. Hey, keep talking to me. People enjoyed... I know you're ripping back and forth through time. You return to your era. That's true. Stop by whenever near there. Yeah, right. Right. We gotta go meet Melchior. Because it's like, go back to your era. But it's not a village you've been to before. It's in Medina Village. Monster Village. The Munsters. I got these guys just enjoying a little... They got their cake and they're just having a good time. You come out of their fucking cabinet. Did you people just come out of the closet? Get out of here, damn dude. It's not very 2020 of these guys. Well, as most mystics hold a grudge against humans, be careful. Thank you for your help. Why are you being so kind? The mystics supposedly despise humans. Humans fought the mystics over 400 years ago. My motto is forgive and forget, but not many seem to agree with me. Yeah, so you can go to, like, the town square. There's, like, a fucking huge statue of Magus. It's like the same statue of Magus that you saw in the town, in the cathedral, actually. Actually, does anything happen if I go up there? Hut Sir Magus. Yeah, I didn't think so. They're just happy to worship Magus and ignore you. I think the stuff in here is like super expensive. That's hilarious. Let's attack him. I'm just doing a bunch of stuff. I almost never do anything in here. I just think it's funny that you can like come in here and do a bunch of shit. It'd be funny if you ran too many circles and got dizzy. Like, ran too fast and you got dizzy. Just gotta remember which way is clockwise and which way is counterclockwise, and you gotta count to 3. Fire punch. Nice, dude. They got the boss beasts. I'll sell something to you. I think it's like insanely expensive, yeah. Everything's like fucking ridiculously expensive. Glow helm. Oh damn, dude. This stuff's actually like... This is like super... That's like fucking endgame gear. But there's like no way you're gonna be able to afford it right now. Got my prices for a human? Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. But that shit's actually pretty good. Like, that shit's like way endgame gear. Do I even need to... I don't think even talk to Melchior yet, right? He just sells some shit. Red katana. Damn, load swords are worth 2,000. I have 2. Okay. Do I even need that? I mean, I guess. The only thing we sell is pain. Norman Reedus can only deliver the pain. This guy only sells pain. It's so fitting. If only there wasn't evil, and we wouldn't have to sell all these weapons. But then what would you make, Melchior? You didn't think of the consequences. Fucking Butts died. He tells you how to get back to Truce, which is pretty obvious, because there's like literally nowhere else to go. Butts got laid out, though. I'm sure he got maelstromed or something. Death to the Mystic's enemies. Do I have to use magic in here? Are they, like, hyper-resistant to damage? Yeah, okay. Fire punch. Bigu punch. Here we go. The Demon Edge, the strongest katana around, perfect for killing fucking Derek, for showing everyone my DeviantArt account. It's the sharpest edge in the land. You can't get sharper. It doesn't get any goddamn sharper. The edgiest thing ever. One ether. Ether. A pot. Ah! He just sucks I don't have lightning too yet. Gin bottle. He's been hitting the gin. He's been hitting the sauce. Damn. He blowed fire on me. Oh, laser spin does hit all enemies. That's the shit I should be using. Something more? This game's story just stopped the evil Magus from summoning this Lavos thing to destroy the world, the end? Or is there more to it? There's more to it. Like, Magus has a pretty significant role to play in the overall story, but there is more to it, yes. What part did you get to? I know you quit at some point. But what part did you stop at? I think these things are dinosaurs, technically. Maybe not. Maybe they just fucking die. But yeah, like, Magus has a pretty significant role to play. But basically the whole game is about trying to stop Lavos from blowing up the Earth. Don't blow up the Earth. Folded 666 times. Jin B. No, I was just thinking like, you know, just like Jin. Like Sapphire, whatever the fuck it is. Sapphire, Bombay Sapphire. Bombay Sapphire is the blue bottle. The blue glass that my mom... I'm sure the guy thought my mom was fucking just plastered. It's like, oh, what a cool blue gin, what a novel thing. It's like, no, Mom. The gin is not blue. It's just the bottle's blue. Although I'm sure that guy at the liquor store has seen his fair share of, like, absolutely plastered people coming in. Being day drunk, because they're alcoholics. It's like I was talking about my mom the other day. Well, like yesterday. We were talking about my biology teacher. He's like, in high school, he was an alcoholic. And once we were doing presentations in his class, and he was fucking wasted. Like, it was so funny because he had a bottle of orange juice, and like it was like a Nalgene bottle full of orange juice, but it was like so painfully obvious he had like vodka in it, and he was like fucking tanked. Pretty fucking hilarious. We were doing like class presentations, and he's trying to like give feedback, and he's like can't articulate it because he's fucking drunk. I don't even know how you get away with that shit. I just remember that, like, really specifically that one moment. Because he was an alcoholic. Stopped after the village in the past got kidnapped and had to go to some forest to save them or something like that. Stopped an hour into the game. Does time flow differently in Georgia Wiggle? I'm like 3 hours deep. Well, 240. We're getting there, but we'll be there pretty quick. We might get there before the end of the stream. I forgot what's next, honestly. Like, as stuff comes up, I remember where to go, but I'm pretty sure we have to do the Mazamoon quest, like, first. Which I think we have to find... Yeah, we do Mazza and Moon first, right? We do Mazza and Moon, and then we do the other bits. Where we go back to the 600 AD or whatever. To get the red rock. He has tenure and he's gonna use it. Oh, the guy with the, No, he did not. I think he actually did get fired eventually. But no. He's like a fucking biology teacher in high school. He doesn't have fucking tenure. Tenure doesn't exist in high school as far as I know. Is there something up here? Did I miss something? I did. Did I just miss that? How the fuck did I get that? I must have to jump down the thing. Oh, good. Maelstrom. Hit my boys. I think I'll save up for a combo attack. It took me longer than an hour to get to that point, and I was just bored to tears getting there, so I quit. Totally fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's how it is. Fire punch, whatever. I hit both. Boom. Combo attacks are cool. Don't at me. Probably equip the magic scarf because I have to do this on Hecarim. Do I want to grind Aegis shields and bone mails? My biology teacher successfully eloped with a student and is married to him with kids now. Wait, damn, dude. It was a girl and she married she eloped with like a younger boy. Damn, dude. Guy must have been crushing it. Some fucking people. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fucking weird. No, I just think it's funny. Like, he was an okay teacher. Like honestly, it was pretty funny because he was a better teacher than my other biology teacher. And it was just like funny because he's a fucking alcoholic and he got drunk. I mean, I guess it's not funny because it's obviously a problem, but when you're in high school, you're like, fucking hell, dude, this guy's just like, he's plastered. I guess we all thought it was funny. It didn't click to us that this guy's got like a serious like a drinking problem. We just thought like, oh yeah, you know, I'd probably drink too during fucking class presentations because nobody likes presentations, and I'm sure all the teachers hate like listening to them, but you gotta grade them and shit, so you have to pay attention. And this guy's just like, fuck it, I'm getting drunk. Do I have MP? Actually, I have a shelter. I think this just... There it is. Let's organize it. Recovers MP at save points. I don't remember the save points being this specific, honestly. I remember them being quite a bit more lenient in terms of standing on them, but such is life, I guess. Alcoholism is the funniest joke of all. I mean, it's not funny, but like, I'm not gonna not laugh at it, right? Like, I hope he got the help he needed, if he needed help. Or I hope he addressed his issues, but when I'm a kid and I'm being judged by a guy who's literally drunk, I'm gonna laugh about it when I'm in high school. I'm gonna look back and laugh at it. But no, it's not funny. Especially if you have like a serious problem and it's affecting your life and your family and friends, your loved ones. But at the time, I didn't know he was an alcoholic. I thought he was just drunk at school. Which I wouldn't be surprised if more people do. If I was a high school teacher, I'd probably I'd find some way to self-medicate at school, I'm sure. either just by like tuning out, or maybe you take a little sippy quickie. Especially if you have to sit through a bunch of fucking horrible presentations, which is why I'd probably never be a high school teacher. I would not enjoy that. Oops. Hecarim doesn't take... Oh, he counters. Fuck. Yeah. Counters physical. Holy shit. He killed Luca! You have to use magic, otherwise you lose. What? Why are you countering me with that? What the fuck, dude? Went to high school high a lot, so I'd believe. Or I'd just sleep all class. Oh, brief counterattack break. I'm just an idiot and I can't read. I'm playing 3 games at the same time. I'm playing, playing 3 games. I'm playing Chrono Trigger, I'm playing Final Fantasy V, and I'm playing the game of Twitch. Twitch and or live streaming. I wasn't a good high school student. I made it to college all the more difficult. Yeah, made college all the more difficult. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I just didn't fucking care. I mean, high school's hard because not so much the content of the classes are hard. It's just hard to give a shit when you're in high school. Like you're like you're like what, 14 to 17. Your fucking hormones are raging. All you want to do is fucking bust nuts, and you have to fucking sit there and listen to some teacher talk about, I don't know, fucking Christopher Columbus, and you're like, I don't give a fuck at all. Like, so I don't blame kids for struggling. 'Cause I fucking get it totally. Like, Jesus Christ, like I gave no fucks. You have to take a bunch of classes you don't care about, like French. Who the hell needs French? I was high on life, yeah. I didn't... I have actually never smoked weed, even though it's illegal. And I didn't drink in high school either. I was a good boy. I don't even remember if I underage drank. I don't know if I ever did, actually. I might have done it once, but I probably had like 1 beer or something. But I'm pretty sure I just never underage drank either. I haven't done drugs. The drugs. Teenagers don't give a shit about anything other than sex and food. Yeah, I was listening. I just wanted to fucking nut all the time. Just like fucking run home. Like literally like go home as fast as possible. Is he countering again? This piece of shit. God damn it. French is good to know if you're trying to run away. French is good to know if you're a fucking coward. But where am I gonna get my big titty French mommy GF? Huh? I should learn French so I can pursue her, my perfect woman. I was a C&D student my whole life. I either just didn't care or was too pea-brained. Like I honestly think like listen, if you go to school like now, like when you're an adult and you've like developed, it's probably way fucking easier to actually be focused and care about what you're doing. But when you're in high school, like there's so much shit going on, you don't give a fuck. And you don't see the value of things. Like math. Okay, math is a big one. Lots of people are like, oh, math is stupid. Like, I'm never gonna use this, ever. And it's like, no, like, fucking... Sure, you might not be using trig and Pythagoras and shit like the same way you do in school. But I have unironically used these things. And it helps to know them. Even if weed was healthy to smoke, the smell alone makes me not want to ever try it. I can see that. I do think it's funny, like... Maybe it's illegal now. My fucking neighbor smokes. I went outside when I was fixing some shit, and it's like, what the hell's that smell? There are kids at the park smoking weed, and it's like, no, it's a fucking, like 70-year-old neighbor. Like, okay, I guess it's legal, so I can't complain about it, but... I was like, really? I drank once before, tasted nasty, never drank again. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Where am I supposed to go? I think I just go fucking straight back, don't I? They tell you to, like, go to whatever. I'm pretty sure all I do is just go immediately back. Yeah, I think I do just go straight back to whatever. There's like actually nothing here for me. I think I just go straight back to the whatever the fuck it is, the transpoder, the transputer. And I think I just go to 600 AD now. Because it's like, you learn about Magus or whatever. Magus. A bag of weed shoved in my face, fucking rank, yeah. It just fucking stinks. Like, it's not good. Yeah, now I got 3 more. What do you got to say now? Huh! Come and see me anytime. Think of me as your guide. I came here to be guided. Can you guide me? I came here to be guided. And you're not doing it. You're not doing a good job. Come on, Gehrman. Tell me about the hunt or whatever. Tell me about the pale blood, Gehrman. So you're a legit brainlet who struggles with math. Who would be like that, though? Well, Truce Canyon 680. Actually, that's the right one. No, I mean, like, it's like measuring shit, right? Like, I'm like unironically, when I've been planning out stuff, like when you're planning out stuff, like if you're building something, I have used Pythagoras. Because I was trying to calculate the exact angle I needed. I needed like some distance to be like this exact measurement. Then you go, oh, I can use Pythagoras to figure out this angle and how to get the other angles to be exactly the right angle. Or not the right angle, the right distance. So it's like if I want the diagonal to be like 30, I can use whatever, 30 equals a squared plus b squared. So I can just be like, root 30 is equal to the distance of a plus b. Like, it's... Math is good. It's important to know some math. Like, you don't have to be this guy who's like, oh, I can do it in my head. Like, use a calculator. I don't give a fuck. But knowing how to do some math is good. It's important. But like I said, everyone's like I literally will never use this, which is not necessarily true. Like, sure, you're probably not gonna, like, calculate theta. But, you know, I've used it before. Zen Bridge. Need to get some fucking jerky. I'm a barbarian class, I go unga bunga. Tom, so I can't let my sisters put themselves down. I'm not allowed to let you do either. Damn, dude. The positivity is unreal today. Oh no. Lena and Kara and Ferris? No? Who goes there? Oh, it's you again. Oh, it's you, idiot. Wish you were a woman so I could beat you. What the fuck? What the fuck, Bellamy? The King's trying his best too. Where's the food line? Down here. I need to talk to the chef and get my jerky. I want the ether. My brother, he's, yeah. That's what you get for thinking you're the only ones fighting for your country. Stop bickering and grow up. What do you know? Huh? I think I try to leave and he comes after me. Right? It's like, wait. Wait, what? Do I have to actually try to leave? Take this with you. One jerky. One giant jerky. 45 people? Really? 45 people are watching me play the greatest game ever. That's amazing. Because it really is the greatest game ever. Dave's wrong. They all came here to see how wrong Dave was. Damn, this guy was so wrong. I feel like I'm not talking that much about Chrono Trigger. We're talking shit about, like, Pokemon and stuff. But, like, fucking Chrono Trigger's just really good. And it's nice to be able to just fire through it pretty quickly. Do I remember how to beat Retinite? I remember there's Retinite. I remember it's a fight. The hero appears. It's like 2 guys are dead now. Is that for us? Yep. I got some jerky for you. I assume that was supposed to be translated as like turkey, but maybe it is jerky. They're all Dave's fans. They came here out of spite because they like Chrono Trigger. Hey, Chrono Trigger's a good game. It's okay for Dave to be wrong sometimes. Oh wow, that really is a lot of viewers. Yeah, it's quite a bit. Bring honor to our king. We're far outnumbered. Well, it's a good thing I'm here, I guess. Ozzy's in a pickle. Yeah, I'll kill them all. Yeah, I'll kill them. One gold. Oh, he gave me a golden helm. How nice of him. I will take this gold helm. I have 2 defenders. Very interesting. That's why I better use the defender. Extra vigor. I mean, no wonder they need my help. These guys are like jobbers. They get jobbed by some skeletons. I'm Ozzy, Magus's top general. Those who dare defy Magus answer to me. Ozzy's in a pickle. Just got 3 of them. How's that for some big brain moves? I calculated Pythagoras to kill these guys. Dave, what else are you wrong about? It's the key to streaming, apparently. Okay, that's pretty fucking funny. Wes's success is contingent on finding things that Dave is wrong about. So stupid. Nice try, Wiggle. I have no fans. Oh, god damn it, I should have known. I should have known. Should have known. Slash him. Oh, cut a bitch. Oh, he's in a jam. Those wimps are stronger than I thought. Those wimps are. I have a need to heal. Not really. Damn, I'm gonna use my cabin again. Ozzy's in a pickle. He's pickle Ozzy. God damn it. God fucking damn it. We're attacked from all anger. You're through. Lightning? Actually, do I just do 0 damage to Ozzy? You can't damage Ozzy. He's too good. Alright, you all about to head out, yeah. See ya, man. We're just gonna keep grinding. I don't know, I might not go that much longer. I might just get to, it's probably good to stop after we get the Masamune. Maybe get Frog back. No, we won't get Frog back. Rocket roll. I don't think this is doing any damage. But it looks cool. Oh, never mind. The one I think that looks cool is Max Cyclone. Yeah, damn. What the hell? That was like non-elemental and they absorbed it. Well, I guess we're back at square one. Yeah, Nightman. We'll see you later. Let's wait for Fire Whirl. The Fire Whirl will be good enough. Must work tonight. Enjoy the happy times. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, it's good you got your employment back. I'm happy for you to have employment. Let's punch a guy. Slug a bitch. But it's just fun. It's nice and casual. It's fun to play Chrono Trigger. Let's wait for double tech. And the Fire Whirl. Wes, did your character just perform Operation Dog Food? Unironically, yes, they did. And no one's gonna know what the hell that is except me and you. And Colin. And Aaron if he's watching, but I doubt it. But yes, they did. They stacked in CS. And then fucking Steve yelled at him from across the goddamn place. And he didn't even do it. Should have had friends if he didn't want to get put on a team with a bunch of literal dumbasses. Operation Dog Food, man. Fun to have fun. It is fun to have fun. And we got all our Thornlets. It was great. We got like 3 Thornlets in like an hour by some miracle of God. I can only assume we sent our positive vibes out. We got our positive vibes back. Oh, Zombor, of course. I thought this was Retinite, but I guess Retinite's the other one. Now if I fire roll, what happens? Or fire whirl. Does one of them absorb magic? I can't remember. This one might just be easy. Okay. So magic on the bottom one. Physicals on the top one. Oh god, he's fucking killing me? Actually, can I Cyclone? What happens with a Cyclone? I mean, imagine the bottoms are really high magic defense. I don't know, Cyclone's just good. Cyclone's just always good. Oh, Rocket Roll is. Operation Dog Food. Do I have to explain it? I feel like I have to explain it now. I have to explain Operation Dog Food. No, it's better not to. It's just, it's stupid. It'll never live up to your expectations. But did they ever learn? Well, we got our Thornlets. We'll see if they learn. If anything, they won't learn because it makes them stupid. It literally makes them so dumb that their int underflows into them becoming geniuses. This is unironically the case. I guess I could run down to X-Death. Doom, 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 doom. Ouch. Well, he's just a torso now. It's actually kind of scary. He's doing an awful lot of damage. But Chrono also has sick crits, bro. Double crit? Huh! He's on fire. I think he's dead now. I think that's the final attack. We did it. Reddit. If you're going to explain Operation Dog Food, you have to explain what happened when we used it. I'm not going to explain it. It's too sacred to us, okay? It's too personal. R&R Hotel, 50 G, damn. Charging a premium. A Robo doesn't even sleep in the bed. Like, cause he'd break it, cause he's made of machines. Well, Butts and Leonard are gonna die in a second. Where am I going? I'm gonna talk to, like, fucking Tata or whatever. It's like Tata's house, right? Elder's house. Is it only the Elder's house? I'm gonna marry Tata. Well, I had some jerky. Too bad I used it all. Magic Cave. Tata received the hero medal. At first I thought it was fake. It's pretty funny because, like, the reason Tata has the hero medal is because Frog dropped it. Like, he literally just dropped it in, like, a bar. I guess he was drunk or something and he dropped it. And it's not like any other, like, hilarious, like, circumstance that he lost it. No, just fucking some guy, he found it. There's Tata's house. I talked to his dad, I think. Since legendary hero must have been all that oatmeal to think I'm his father. Okay. Must have been all those oats. I race to the finish because I eats all me spinach. Yeah. That's from my side of the family. So I guess we just do, I swear it was like the cafe or something. Is there a cafe? I swear you can like run into Tata in town. That sure were an ugly frog, yeah. Saw Rockwalder pop open a gaggle of ghouls. Yeah, so he's like... Frog was in the cafe. I guess cafe is probably localized as bar, because there's no drinking in this game. Just like when you go to prehistoric times and you drink pork soup with Ayla, as opposed to, I don't know, booze. Yeah, there's Tata. Arrgh! Goblin. You punched me. You dick. I mean, he was asking for that one. Yeah, I might just end the stream after this today. This is a terrible place. Terrible demons. Ouch. Yeah, I'll probably just end it after we beat Mazamoon, because it's been going for like 3 hours. I don't know. My short stream today feels good, I think. We're gonna be doing this for a while. I'll probably do the same thing where I play a little bit. I'll stream a little bit every day until we beat this, and then I'll start Neo X death attempts, I think. Fuck it. I don't need to fight that guy. He can sleep. Let him sleep. Let him rest. One guy has a hammer, the other guy doesn't have a hammer. A wooden hammer that gets burned. This is like I think this is like one of the only parts of the game where if you didn't bring somebody, you can actually end up in a not necessarily a bad position, but an annoying position. Because you have to bring Luca here, otherwise you don't get the ability to burn those things. And these guys have really high defense while those hammers are around. So if you don't bring Luca, it's problematic. Luca's one of the better characters anyways, so it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I'm walking. Ah! You scared me. He bonked him. Gave him the bonk. Expectations deceased. It'll never live up to your expectations. If you really want to know, I can tell you. It's really fucking stupid. Like, unbelievably stupid. Oh! I did like how they have, like, the mist overlay. Like the shadows. It looks cool. Dave complained this game was too easy. Little did he know it was perfect. Like, listen, it's nice to just be able to progress without fighting, or without having to grind. And it's one of the things Chrono Trigger does really well. You just get to run through the game and experience the main story without any grinding. Sure, there's quite a few battles, but it's not... They're not like random battles like in other JRPGs. Because, like, you can avoid a lot of them. And especially in like New Game Plus, like, you just avoid doing them. You avoid a lot of the unnecessary ones. Everything you say is making everyone want to know more about Project Dog Food or Operation Dog Food. I mean, like, fine. Fine, I'll tell you what it is. So we went to a LAN in Calgary called Lanageddon. And we went to Lanageddon because we watched it on fucking Pure Ownage. The fucking web series Pure Ownage featured them going to Lanageddon in one of the episodes. So I guess it was Colin. Colin and Aaron, I guess, my brother wanted to go to Lanigan. So my parents rented an RV. And Max and Colin came with us, and we, hey, what the hell? I thought I was in a battle. Max and Colin came with us in this RV, and we went to Lanigeddon. And we signed up for the CS tournament, but it was like, I think the rules were 4-on-4. And there was only 3 of us. It was like me, my brother. Oh, no, it was 5, must have been 5-on-5. It was like me, my brother, Colin and Max, and then it was obviously 5-on-5, so we had an extra spot. And then some random guy, I think he was our age, named Steve, signed up to be in the CS tournament too. And he got put on our team. And we decided that when we were driving there, we were driving to Lanigeddon, we would, if we were doing really shitty in the CS tournament, we'd just all buy MG42s or whatever, like the big machine gun, and we'd sit in a corner and stack on top of each other and just camp. So we named this plan Operation Dog Food, where we would just sit in a corner and camp with the biggest machine guns we could and hope for the best. And things weren't going so well in that tournament. And we yelled, because Steve was like across the land. He wasn't even like near us. And I think it was Colin, I think. He was like, Steve, dog food. And Steve said no. He yelled back no, and then we all got fucking obliterated. But in our defense, we all sucked ass at CS, and we got beaten by the team that was like, they came in like 2nd or something. So it was pretty fucking funny. And the only reason I think we got to the 2nd round, but it was because we got a bye, because another team didn't show up or something. Yeah, that's the city I persisted. Yeah, we went to Calgary. We fucking hooked up. My dad, we had an extension cord and we stole power from a school. It was fucking like super snowy. I'm surprised my parents were crazy enough to do it, but like, yeah, it was like super snowy in Alberta or Calgary, and we hopped a fence to steal power from the local school. And it was like, it was really fucking cold. It was pretty hilarious. If you don't understand me, wait, what? Games where you have to grind aren't difficult games either. They're just stupid and annoying. There's still more than I can be done with more RPGs than this. No, Dave, we've climaxed. Okay, Final Fantasy V, all berserkers, grinding for literally like 100 hours. This is the pinnacle of JRPG. Okay. It is the pinnacle. It'll never get better. It'll never get better. It's all downhill from there. I'm pretty sure Colin tried to run an abandoned Operation Dog Food and Aaron gunned him down too. Oh, that does sound familiar. We did fucking team killing. No, yeah, I think that sounds familiar, because I do remember there being some team killing, and we could hear the other team who was on like the other side of the land. So basically, like, we were like in the center, Steve was like somewhere on the right side, and the other guys were on the left side. And yeah, I remember there was definitely some team killing, and you could hear the other guys laughing, and then they came over and like the leader of the other team like came over and shook our hand and stuff. It was fucking funny. But yeah, just fucking laughing your ass off. That's the same land where the guy was watching MILF Hunter. And we were like 14 or 15, I think. And this guy's just watching fucking MILF Hunter videos in the middle of a land with probably like, it's probably like 100 people there. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna watch MILF Hunter and you can't stop me. Russian World War II tactics, it was literally exactly like that. I think Max is right. I didn't remember it exactly perfectly, but it's fine. Oh shit, I don't want to do that. That was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. Well, I think there is treasure down here that I'll probably never use. Like a blue rock or something. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, there is. There's like a... It's like the... It's one of the triple things. Yeah, silver earring. Does it even do anything? Oh, max HP up by 25%. Useless. It's garbage. I think we killed like one guy on their side, and they just lobbed grenades at us. Yeah, it was just fucking like, it was stupid as hell. Like 100% it was dumb. Like, stupid waste of time. And then we just played World of Warcraft and other trash games instead of, like, I don't know. Going to the line was kind of stupid and pointless. We had some fun times though. I think we beat Wind Waker. Because we had a little shitty 13-inch CRT, or like a 10-inch or something. We put it on the TV on the TV. Am I even going the right way? This is exactly what happened to fucking Dave, I think. I think Dave did exactly the same thing where he got like turned around. No, let's see that way. But I know we beat, like, I think on the way to Calgary, we beat Wind Waker. Or we did, like, the Triforce quest or something. And I think on the way back, we played Metal Gear Solid 3. And I think we beat it. And the trip to Calgary is, like, I don't know, over 10 hours, probably. Oh, yeah, we almost died on that trip, too. Some guy was driving his truck, and he like fell asleep at the wheel, and he crossed over to our lane, but there was a trucker in front of us, and he tanked the hit for us. He tanked this guy's car for us. I remember, like, yeah, it was fucking. I remember that. I think my dad was pretty freaked out. He didn't really let on though, but. In retrospect, it's like, yeah, holy shit, that guy could have killed us. He could have killed, like, our whole family. And Max and Colin. But, a friendly trucker, just decided that he was gonna let this truck run into his semi. And, we were just playing video games in the back. And I'm pretty sure Colin gave that guy a donut. From our Tim Hortons donut stockpile. I just fucked up totally. Gave that guy a donut for literally destroying his semi-truck. I don't think he's destroyed it, actually. I think he was just like, yeah, insurance will cover it, I don't really care, I got like AA or whatever. It's just like, holy fuck. You don't appreciate these things when you're a child, but in retrospect it's like, holy fuck, we could have died. Our whole family could have been killed in an instant. And then I wouldn't be here playing Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy V. It would have been a little meat splatter at the bottom of that highway. Imagine 5 men standing onto each other's shoulders like a totem pole with machine guns. That was the plan. Did I get the thing? Did I get my magic tab? Okay. It falls down the waterfall. This is the one thing we didn't want to happen. That is still one of the fucking funniest, like, sketches ever. It's like, this is the one thing we didn't want to happen. It's so fucking funny. It's so stupid, too. There's another power tab, speed tab. Chrono's already pretty fast, so I might give it to somebody else, but who do I give it to? Who do you even give it to? Who do you give a speed tab to? You stop throwing shit for 2 seconds? I think this is Mazin. You made it. Which is usually why they give you a safe one. I'm the wind. Whoosh. Whoosh. I'm glad that despite all the driving I've done, I've been pretty safe, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you should be careful on the road for sure. I've driven up to my brother's place in northern Canada. Well, northern BC, I guess. It's not even like, not even like halfway up BC, I think, but it's pretty fucking far north. And I've been fortunate that nothing bad has happened. But the first time you go out on your own, like with just by yourself on a road trip, it's pretty fucking scary if you think about it. Like, I had no idea where I was going, and I was just like in the middle of fucking this town that I've never been to before, and it's like, yeah, I guess this is something I'm doing. And it was pretty scary. You get used to it. It's just like, holy fuck. You don't appreciate how dangerous it is. Like, that highway is, like, notorious. There's a show about it. It's called, like, Highway to Hell or something. Granted, it's usually, like, based in winter, and I don't think I've ever driven there in winter. Although, once I was down there on my birthday in October, which is probably pretty stupid, because it can get real snowy real fast. But yeah, it's like the Coquihalla Highway. It's like, damn, it's kind of dangerous. Though I don't usually go down the Coquihalla. I go down the other one. It's definitely rocket punch, I guess. I can just cast fire. That highway is like notoriously dangerous, and you don't appreciate how bad it can get. But like, you're going up there. I remember coming back from my brother's place once. No, I was going to it. It's like, there's a bunch of signage that's like high altitude, fast weather changes or something. It's something along those lines, and it's like quite literally means exactly what it says. So as the altitude shifts, like, the weather can change dramatically very quickly. So I was going up a hill. I say hill, but it was basically like a mountain. Like, it was for a long time. And it was like sunny at the bottom, and I went up, like, as I went up the hill, it started like raining like insanely hard, and then it was hailing, and then I like crested the mountain and I went down, and it was like perfectly sunny again. It made like no fucking sense. But that's just how it is up there. And there's a ton of like mesh fences everywhere to catch falling boulders that go on the highway. Like, you don't appreciate how bad it can get. Like, it can get real bad real fast. Massa and Mune. Can you not? Can you not do that to me? Young child was placed on some spaceship by mistake. I was stuck with the monster. It's fucking great. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking stupid. I love it. Yeah, it's like spend the rest of his life on a one-man prison vessel, but they put a kid on there by mistake. Like, how the fuck does that happen? Oh my god, it's fucking funny. First road trip is always scary, especially in an age before GPS and shit. I had GPS and I was still fucking scared. I'm really bad with directions. Like, if I know exactly where I'm going and I I look at a map beforehand, I'm usually okay. But by the same ticket, like, I'm not very good with directions otherwise. So, it's just fucking scary. I saw a lot of mesh fetches in my travels. Yeah, Colorado. If you're in Colorado, yeah, I'm sure. Like, any mountain area is, like, a lot. And you don't, like, appreciate it when you're driving by, but it's like, yeah. There's just gonna sometimes be random falling boulders that hopefully those fences catch. High altitude, watch for air traffic. No. Not air traffic. Although there are actually places that do like they'll do like speed traps, but they're in like a plane, and they'll do like aerial flybys and clock your speed and ticket you. So it's like, it's fucking scary, man. You don't appreciate how bad it can be. And how one guy decides he wants to take a nap on the side or on the road and almost kill your whole family. But some nice trucker just tanks the hit for you. And then you give him a donut. That's all you got. And you're like 15. Who needs GPS when you can map out some map quest papers? Well, Luke is almost dead. I don't know how much HP Massa and Moon have, but I'm sure we're almost done here. I should compare my time, see how fast Dave got through this part, and how fast I got through it. Granted, I know the secret. I don't think Dave knew the secret. The counter technique. Where you use slash to dissipate tornado energy. I'm pretty sure it took Dave a hot minute to get that one. Damn, just hit from 91. The importance of building a solid team comp. Just use Chrono. Have a tanker, really good healers. Yeah, you don't really need it. I mean, Chrono Trigger doesn't really have a tank. Like, or sorry, fuck, that was wrong. Like, it doesn't really matter for Chrono Trigger. Like, the mechanics. Anytime there's a boss mechanic, it's usually locked to the team comp you have. Such as, when you fight Magus, you have Chrono and Frog. So you have two kinds of magic. You have water and thunder magic like 100% of the time. And Frog gets to bypass the gimmick with his sword, so you don't even have to worry about the mechanic. Does he counter this? Yeah, okay, he does. Oh, perfect. Tornado energy has been neutralized. He's attacking me. Yeah, Luca can stay dead. I was thinking about that truck. Oh, I see what you're saying. The truck just, he tanked the hit for her. I guess my dad and the other guy probably saw the guy wobbling. And I guess what the trucker did is he slowed down. And maybe potentially like moved slightly sideways into the path. But like if you fall asleep on the highway, it's really fucking dangerous, so I'm grateful for that guy. He seemed like he didn't bother him. I'm sure like if you're on the road like all day as a trucker, I'm sure you deal with like so much dumb shit. This always makes me laugh because it's like the Mazamoon, but it's just the blade part, even though a second ago you saw it was the hilt part. So it's like, yeah, it's the blade. Forgot that a townsperson mentions it. I think Default or someone reminded me about using the special move for this boss. Yeah. They legitimately... I forgot where it is, but yeah, it says slash cuts tornado energy or something. Let's ride the wind, babe. Ride the wind, baby. So I think now I have to just go get the hero medal from... what's his name? Go to Tata's house and get the hero medal back. Because that's my hero medal. Some frog guy dropped this in a cafe. Yeah, it's just like... Frog just drops it. Like, you think that's kind of important. So we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Did we get a full heal after that? We did not. Just the inn. Cafe. Where's the inn? Tata's house. The inn's here, isn't it? Poor inn. You know what's really hilarious? Pore, this town, is like super fundamental to Chrono Cross's storyline, and this is like a literal nothing town. but it's insanely fundamental to the storyline in Chrono Cross, which is so fucking dumb. It makes me my fucking brain hurt. Here you can avoid most of the combat pretty harmlessly. If you're smart, at least. Nar. I think if I hit this guy, he kills the frogs, right? He gives him the suck or whatever. I don't think I have enough time. Well, it's not that I don't have enough time, because I don't really want to do it right now. I don't necessarily want to, it's like I could do it, but I don't necessarily want to, thing. I don't necessarily want to do, 65 million BC just yet. I think it'd be better to do 65 million BC and Magus's Castle in the same stream. You have to get the hero badge. You gotta get the hero badge before you come here. Please leave. I'm gonna turn my back to you as you take my Mazamoon away from me. Look how he's just like, I don't have the right to wield it. Meanwhile, he just like, you have a fucking large conversation about it. Roy Clem? Oh, it's Melchior. This is where things start going like off the rails because you're like, hang on. It says Melchior. Like, the guy in Medina Village is like, how can Melchior forge this? When he's from 400 years in the future. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So then you realize that the Mazamoon is like really old. And Melchior's from really long ago. So I think I'll just head over to Melchior and we'll get the 411 on the Red Rock and we'll call it a stream. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. We'll check up on our berserkers and see how things go. I mean, not doing too bad pace-wise. We're kind of at a point where killing these guys isn't super good anymore because they just don't give that much EXP. It's not like you can't kill them, but better off fighting stuff our level. As usual in these games. Boom, boom, boom. Ugh, two game too hard to play. I'm doing actually pretty okay considering we're playing 2 games at the same time. Mostly playing 2 games. I'm sure our berserkers have not been grinding very efficiently. But I am happy we got our Thornlets very quickly, because now I can grind in a more efficient location. This is Medina Village, right? I don't know if you actually have to talk to Melchior. Maybe you do. You probably do have to talk to him. So he tells you about the Dreamstone or whatever. It's like Melchior's hut. I mean, you can call this a hut, man. He's got a refrigerator. Come to see my collection? Why would your name be on this story? He's like, it's a long story. Yeah, I got time. You do want to hear this story. Yeah, it's like, yeah. You can't find it anymore. It's a red stone that was once used as money. For a very long time. Like, no kidding. I like how that's your hint. Like, it's pretty subtle. It's pretty subtle of a hint. It's like a very long time ago, and then it's like, I have this one thing that's like 65 million BC. Like, maybe I should jump in there. But I think we're gonna end the stream there. Short stream's kind of nice. Just keep on moseying on. I don't know when we stream next. It might be tomorrow after Slip finishes. It might be Monday at some point. Check out our Zerks, how they're doing. Stats. 121,000. 150, 125, 127. I mean... We're at 88, and we're still doing okay. It's a long story, I'll tell you why they call me Sticky Rex. One day we'll find out. Today is not that day. I have 70 saves. Did I crash ZSNEX? Probably. Did I crash everything? Probably. So, there you go. I'm gonna mute that. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will continue this at some point. Oh, there it goes. We'll continue this at some point. Might be tomorrow evening. Might be Monday evening. Might be a while from now. Actually, shit. Who's streaming tomorrow? Is Wiggle streaming? Is it Wiggle? I don't know. Anyways. Good night, everybody, and have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you later.